Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Cody, I think you're number 4.
It's like tangled up in the weed.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Anarchics. But tonight, it's just me. I'm just one single chick here. But we've got a special guest who's not. I think last time you were on the show with Renee, you were just the Anarchics.
Yep. Am I muted?
No.
Oh, all right.
I was censoring you. Sorry.
Here I am now. Yes, we were the Anarchics that last time.
Okay. Well, I mean, I see nothing wrong with carrying on that name. We can do that for tonight.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I got to learn how
Another
to be a dick
episode
now.
of the Anarchics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring out your inner asshole. Just be. Once Renee gets here, it'll be way easier.
Oh, trust me, I've got a lot to say to Renee when she does get here because now she's missing.
Where actually is she right now?
She went on a wild goose chase, shall we say? Looking for a person and got lost.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And she's on her way back to the studio, but when that will be is kind of questionable because I don't know. She's very vague with what she promises as far as time goes. Like with her, you can always know that if she says be there in 5 minutes, she means be there in 20 minutes.
Yep.
So, at least she's reliable in that way.
Yeah, they call her Renee late, and it's for a pretty good reason.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
I guess this wouldn't be the first time. I noticed that she changed the bumper music, and I really like it. Did you listen to that on the way in?
I did not hear it.
It was unfamiliar to me, I didn't realize
I didn't even know we were starting.
Right, because I had no idea. I heard the music playing and I was like, maybe this is another LRN commercial. But then it reminded me of Renee, so I was like, oh, she finally changed the music beds back to what she had originally chosen. She likes to tell the story a lot. Like I went behind her back and set up the intro music or whatever, and I don't know. Like, I know she's not blaming me for it, but the thing is, I gave her like a whole week to do it, and then it was the last day. We had to have them that night, and they still weren't in. So I was like, okay, I've got to do this all at once. Yeah. So it was, I mean, I feel kind of bad.
Would you say there
better.
was a level of drama between you two?
No, I think
you're only about 10 episodes in.
Yeah, this is the 10th episode.
There might come a point, I don't know how long you guys are going to last, but there might come a point where there's some kind of conflict.
Maybe. I mean,
you're going to have to get past it.
We have already had a few small conflicts, but I think I've settled them pretty quickly. Like, I'll talk to Renee about it, behind the scenes when we're not on the mic. So there's no like pressure to talk about this, in a certain way. So I just tell her like, look, it was a mistake. I didn't mean it this way. And she gets it. And then there's no like backstabbing talking behind each other's backs, and we just settle it immediately. Yeah. I mean, I like friendships that way a lot better than, just letting these issues go. Like it's much easier if you just address it immediately.
Yeah. It's interesting you bring that up because I had a conversation with my buddy the other day. I've got this friend.
Oh, wait, is this your terrible roommate?
So I was actually talking to my roommate about another guy.
Oh, okay.
I can talk about my roommate too at some point, but
just go on with the story.
I've got this other friend who he will, like, when we hang out, we're really good friends. We've been friends since high school, and what he will tell me is that, whenever we go out, I just feel like, I don't get a lot of respect from my peers. Everybody's kind of shitting on me, and I see it because every time we go out to a party, he's always super paranoid, like he has to prove himself in front of his peers and in front of his ex-girlfriend especially. But what I've noticed that he will do is he will take out his self-esteem issues by insulting me, like which is crazy because we're totally good friends when it's just me and him. But when we're in a party situation, he feels like he needs to be better than somebody else. So like,
oh, that's no good.
So last weekend, I'm like incapacitated. I had been shitty since 5 p.m.
Okay.
So, and we had gone out to the bars, and I was just laying down on the couch. I just wanted to smoke weed and chill and then pass out at some point. So Mike's got this girl over, and he's doing the introductions. and he goes, Cody, this is Rochelle. I don't know if you met her or whatever. And then he says to me, don't say anything gay to her. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What am I going to
say? Don't say anything gay.
Don't say anything
what does that
gay
mean?
to her.
Like, don't come off as gay because she suspects that I'm gay with you or something like that?
I don't know what it meant.
That's weird.
I don't know what it meant because he uses that word very frequently as just an insult. Like, you're being a fucking faggot, just like guy stuff. But so the offensive thing to me is just like assuming that I'm going to say something stupid to his friend. Which is so bizarre. Like he goes back and forth because 5 minutes before that.
Do you ever say stupid things though? Like that would embarrass him outright?
I say stupid stuff
You're
all the time.
You're a dick to him too, is what you're saying?
I have been a dick to him.
Okay, well,
but
maybe...
I guess to bring this to the point I was trying to get to is we don't ever talk about it. I never go to him like, hey dude, that was kind of shitty, like what you said.
Okay. So you just let it slide.
So whenever we have a fight or anything shitty happens, what we'll end up doing is we'll just not talk for a few months. A few months will go by, and then one of us will just message the other one with some like, hey, what do you think about Bernie Sanders doing this or whatever, and just like talk like normal and not even discuss the fact that like we hated each other for a while.
That's and such an odd friendship.
We've both fucked each other over so many times. In high school, I dated the girl that he liked, and then he dated the girl that I liked later, and it seemed sort of like just betrayal after betrayal, which we never talked about, but it totally happened. And it's a fucked up thing to be best friends with someone and also like be in love with the same person.
That's that's weird. I don't get that kind of friendship style.
Right. So it's like we're best friends, but you can kind of feel the tension of like shit that needs to be figured out.
So do you guys like have a lot of similarities that just draw you to each other? Like I know I can behave this certain way with this person.
Well, we met in high school in study hall, and this was a time in high school I didn't really have a lot of friends because I was the type of person who liked to learn things and be smart, and that didn't make me a lot of friends back then. So I remember meeting him in high school, and we just started talking politics, and I realized like, holy shit, not everybody's a fucking retard in this place. Like I can have a conversation with somebody.
That's so a good
like
feeling.
We really get along, and we were actually politically completely different at first, which is so funny. He was just like a straight up Democrat, and I was a conservative back at the time because I was listening to like Michael Savage and shit back in the day, and the first token of our friendship is he let me borrow the documentary Outfoxed.
Oh wow, he let you borrow his documentary.
He lent it to me, and that's how it started. And politically, we're actually in the same place now, which is so weird. We're kind of both in that same like zeitgeisty. I don't like the term ANCOM, but I just don't really believe in any kind of structure or institution that we have right now, and we're kind of both on the same page there, so we can have those type of conversations where we go, hey, everything's fucked up, right? And it's good to have those people that are aware and like awake, and like I put it, they get it. There's some people that just get it. So like even though like emotionally he is damaged and fucked up, but we can have an intellectual conversation and it's fine.
Yeah, and those kinds of friends are very special because it's not very often you come across somebody that you can just have a conversation with. There's always this weird social tension when you're talking with someone that you don't know that well, or even if it's like a friend that you kind of end up hating after a while, like you can still talk about issues however personal or non-personal they are, but you feel validated by them, and that's kind of what makes you want to be their friend, because they're like flattering you by agreeing with you,
right? Like you don't feel as completely separated from everybody else, which is what I always had growing up, and I just I hadn't been able to find those type of people, and that's why I really like New Hampshire, is because they're everywhere.
Yes,
and it really fucking changes your social life. When I was growing up, I didn't like authority as a child. I didn't like abuse or pain or shitty people or bullies or anything. And I was just like the guy on the outside watching everybody be stupid. And finally, there are people out there like me.
Yes.
And they're listening to us right now.
And there are more that are coming.
Yes.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
The Shire Free Church offers a sanctuary to those seeking an escape from state churches.
The Shire Free Church is an interfaith, diverse group of people that may not share identical theological beliefs. As a member in or minister of the Shire Free Church, you are a sovereign individual and may be the faith of your choice.
We don't claim to have all of the answers.
We are open to all peaceful people.
We want to learn from each other.
What unifies the Shire Free Church and its diverse members is peace,
love,
and liberty. There are many paths to God, one for every individual.
The Shire Free Church does not define a specific path beyond those parameters that must be your foundation.
Peace as your way,
love as your guide,
and liberty as your light.
Learn more at church.shiresociety.com.
That's church.shiresociety.com.
The three most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile.
Talking
2.
about or is
buy
this
the
someone
things
else?
You buy online through
Somebody else.
LRN.FM.
This guy actually lives in
Get
Rhode
5 bucks
Island.
a month, the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
That's only like a 3-hour drive from here, right?
Amazon is the largest
It's not too bad.
retailer.
Last time he came up to Maine, we actually did a show during his drive. Like, he called in and we just did radio until he got here,
That sounds
and
fun.
then we did more radio.
Yeah, so I hear you're going to do Puke in the Gang tomorrow.
That seems to be the plan.
So I guess I'll be seeing you tomorrow too.
Apparently, yep.
Okay.
Try not to
That'll be
get too
fun.
sick of me.
I don't know. I haven't seen you since like Pork Fest. You know what's
know.
funny? When Andrew and I moved into the house, and Rob came over, and they gave me the picture from Pork Fest when we were all in our big gay dance party costumes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I have it in my bedroom. I look at it every day. They gave me a frame that says like friendship full of love and like a bunch
Yep.
of those words all around it. It's just so ridiculous because like there I am in my rainbow shorts, and Ann and Rob are like all painted, and then you and Daniel are like in the TS gay outfit.
Yeah. I was gonna dress normally, and then Anne like somehow convinced me to
You
wear
have to be gay.
her shit. Yeah.
Wait, was that her plaid shirt that you tied around you?
That was my shirt, but
Oh, okay.
but we tied it like so to show off my belly button. I try and forget that picture happened, to be honest with you.
Well, I guess you'll have to see it tomorrow.
I know. I will have to see it.
But it's in such a good light, really. Like we all look ridiculous, so it's okay.
I
It's
just
totally
I
justified.
just remember the moment when you were sitting on the bench and you started coming up.
Oh God, what
It
happened?
was so like you were like, I love you, I love everybody. Like you were just so happy.
Yeah, I miss those days.
Yeah.
I miss those days of rolling and being happy. I have one dose just sitting there, and I don't know when I'm gonna take it. I can't take it alone because I'll just
No, you don't
I'll
want
be
to
in
do that.
I'll be in love with everyone, and then everyone's gonna think that I'm like crazy or weird or something. So it's not as fun. But yeah, I also remember throwing up because
Oh, you
of
did.
the alcohol. Yeah, it was immediate. It was like
I did it way too much that time.
really.
Like I almost puked. Like I got nauseous for a little while because I was smoking a cigarette and it was like it like set me off.
Wow.
But it was a good time.
Welcome back to the Anarchics, or should I say the Anarchics, because it is Cody O'Connor with us tonight. And by us, I mean just me. Renee's not here yet.
Yeah, what up, everybody?
Yeah.
So we got the phone call thing going on now?
Yes, so you can Skype in tonight at the Rebel Love Show because I have not taken the time to make our own Skype, but my time is very limited, so don't hassle me. Just Skype into the Rebel Love Show.
Nobody's
because-
hassling you.
Ah,
don't
I
even
know.
assume that.
I've been hassled.
I don't-
I've been
I
hassled.
really couldn't imagine anybody being like, really, Ellen, you couldn't even make your own Skype? I gotta type
yeah.
in Rebel Love Show. That's not even the show I'm listening to.
Well, no, but I mean that's the studio we're recording in because Rob Mathias is our producer tonight, and So yeah, the Rebel Love show, Rebel Love Studio. Yeah, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And
That totally makes sense.
people do hassle over these things, like over silly little things,
Well,
especially
you know what?
like from people who have more established presence on the internet. They're like, why don't you have this yet? Why aren't you on Podomatic yet? Well, like all that stuff takes time to learn, and I'm just not at that level yet.
How many different podcasts have you done at this point? Because you did you were on ALP earlier, right?
I did Ladies and Keen, ALP, Free Talk Live, Nonpartisan Liberty for All, Puke in the Gang. I've been guest on like several other ones, like the Rebel Love show and Sovereign Tech, and I don't know. I've been guest on quite a few, but ones that have actually been mine have just been.
You started
2.
with Ladies and Keen, right?
Yep.
I remember that.
It
Because
was a long time ago.
Saturday nights
Yeah.
was OTAL and then Ladies and Keen.
Those
We
days,
were the
hardly
late night
remember them.
entertainment back then.
Yeah, I know. And it didn't last very long. Yeah, Ladies and Keen ended way too quickly. But it was good, the good beginning experience, I guess. Like I'd never done radio before, and they're just like, "You're a lady in
place to
Keen."
start,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's late night. Nobody's really gonna judge you. So yeah,
And didn't you get started with that like basically right when you moved?
pretty much like a month afterwards. When I first moved here, people thought that I might be a Fed or something because I just showed up and created a Facebook, and it was like I was just coming into existence for the very first time, and justifiably, people were a little nervous. about that.
Well, now I'm starting to wonder.
Speaking of coming into existence, hey guys,
Hey, it's Renee.
You look so fucking wired right now.
I am high as fuck. And it's
Jesus.
Wow,
awesome.
good for you.
Do you guys?
I
Even
don't know
how
if I'm
fast I just
excited or
drove?
fucking freaked out right
Do
now.
you know how fast I just drove? How are my
I
eyes?
want to know.
What?
Oh my god, no!
Renee,
and I did it
Stop
so
it.
Your
safely.
eyes are like boom, bump, bump, bump,
So
bump, bump,
safely, right?
bouncing
so
around.
You can't do
safely.
that safely.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome, you guys.
Proud of
This
you.
is great. I know. Cody fucking walks into our house an hour ago like fucking Santa Claus with like fucking piles
Santa
of
Claus.
money and piles of weed and piles of Adderall and booze, and I'm like, Cody,
Wow, that's so nice.
it's Christmas at the
I'm-
Rebel Love Studios.
I am drug Santa. I am drug Santa today.
It's true. Here
Yeah.
comes Weed Claus. Here comes Weed Claus.
No, he
here
can't
comes
claim
Weed
Weed Claus, but yeah, Drug Santa's a
enough.
good
Close
name.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get his jacket off.
I get the beard.
Loosen up. Loosen up. Who's ready to do this? Are you guys ready to do a motherfucking show?
Yeah.
We've been doing a show.
We've been doing the show.
Okay.
We've been doing the show.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
welcome.
Where
welcome
have you
to the
been?
show.
Now we can do it better. You guys, you gotta understand. Like this is important. I am trying to help introduce another young lady into the community. You know how scarce Ellen, we are a scarce goddamn breed.
Okay, I don't want to hear any more about
That's
that.
your only intention. Okay.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Shut up,
I'm
Cody.
I'm
She's
gonna
in
say
the
that that is not necessarily true anymore. There's a lot of Liberty ladies now. But anyway, thank you for switching over the music beds.
It's a surprise.
They're
You like
pretty
them?
cool. It was a surprise.
Surprise.
It was very surprising. Yeah, but thank you.
I
Thank you for
want to
doing
be
that.
here to see your face so bad, but it's okay. It's on video.
I think that guitar song, that like sexy guitar song that I really like, that you hate, I think you would like it a lot more if you heard the entire song. So
And
I'll play it over the break.
And I'm sorry. Over the break. Well,
Yeah.
Cody and I are gonna do more drugs over the break, right? Right?
Are we?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Okay.
No,
Sharing
I'm
is
not.
caring.
Not a good idea. I
Yes,
don't know.
if you,
Okay.
It's
yes.
a beautiful
Yes,
idea.
it's a good idea.
Ellen,
yes,
I
if
am
there-
a
it's
grown-ass
yes
woman.
if. It's a yes if, Renee.
Yes, if.
If we can get more tomorrow and Sunday, then yes.
Cody, you know what? God damn it, we're in Manchester.
Yeah.
I got this.
'Kay.
Find
This
me.
is an
Alright.
endless fountain of every drug you could imagine.
You're damn right.
Why don't we upgrade and just do coke?
So
That's-
look,
That's
Or meth. Like why does everyone
okay.
makes
Way
meth such a
different.
big
line
Wow.
drawn.
whoa. What?
Where's
What?
the line? Where's the line? Tell
Okay.
me.
There is no line.
Actually, you know what? Meth isn't even
The lines at
yeah.
heroin. The lines at heroin. Coke I'll do.
Wow.
Meth I will do. The lines at heroin for me.
Well,
I don't know if
drugs
I could do
affect me
meth.
differently
Yeah.
because I'm so tiny. So
Adderall is meth.
Look, I don't.
it is.
like,
That's why I can't
so
like
It's
bash
just
meth
like a
too
better version of it.
Well, it's slightly different, but I
Well,
I
at
don't
least
think it's
Adderall,
as
you know where it's
deathly.
coming from. Meth is like someone's like cooking that shit up in the lab. You don't know what that lab looks like. It's like going to a restaurant. They could give you food poisoning, except with a meth lab, they can give you drug poisoning.
Yeah, and I
unless
don't. I don't
unless
think
unless you
drug-
get it from the guy in the back of my hoodie
See,
here.
here's my here's my thing though.
Yes.
I don't want to take a drug that makes me feel like God. I just want to take a drug that changed my perspective a little bit. Like I don't want to be that high where that's all I want afterwards.
Dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Good for
I
you.
feel great. And okay, so when I totaled my car in Massachusetts, it's because my reaction time was like, but like I almost did the same thing. I almost totaled my car again tonight, except this time instead of being like, I was like left. 50-50 chance of being right? It was good. It was a good idea. And you know what? I was right. I did it. And now I'm here. And now everything's great. And we're gonna do the show.
Hey.
We're gonna do it great. And
Renee,
everything's great.
Renee,
Everything is
Renee,
great. Sorry,
Renee,
I'm really high.
I need you.
Awesome.
I need you to take a deep breath. Just
Ugh.
in
Hey,
through the nose,
can you
out
give
through
me
the
that coffee?
mouth.
Coffee? Oh,
Yeah, no coffee for you.
no coffee for me. Oh, alcohol for me though. Hey, what's this?
That's a depressant. That might help.
I don't think so.
Uppers
I
and
love combining
downers
them.
and all those in between things.
Oh, by the way, I brought anti-nausea medication in case Renee.
We have a call from Liberty
Liberty
Phoenix.
Phoenix is calling. Thanks, Cody.
Liberty
You're a
Phoenix.
doll. Phoenix.
Hello, Liberty
Buddy.
Phoenix.
Hello, my loves. How are you?
Great,
Hey,
how
we
are
miss
you?
Where
Even
the fuck
better
are
now,
you?
motherfucker.
I'm still in Illinois.
God
Renee,
damn it.
I love you, and you better still be there when I get to the family reunion.
Oh, I'm
This
so
whole-
good to be
I
here.
almost totaled my car crap, but it was so safe, but I was driving so fast. Girl,
Oh, he called in to
Okay.
school you.
You know what? I kind of had this coming. That sounded a little bit dumb.
Yes.
But I feel good. I feel safe. You know what? That's important. I never feel safe. I feel safe. I feel happy. I feel good. I feel good.
You feel overly confident, and when you're behind a wheel, that's a bad thing.
Not
I feel
necessarily.
more-
Not
yeah,
necessarily.
Yeah, no. I could have saved my last car if I had an ounce more confidence and I had done something instead
Yeah.
of going, well, it's too late. Might as well total my
it's
car.
good to be confident, not overly confident. Like I can definitely make this turn.
I've,
Going
I've,
If you saw
I've
what I
driven,
just did.
I've driven really well drunk because I felt awesome. But
Yeah, that's
I,
how you
now
need to
that
I won't
chance.
drive. I won't drive on marijuana because I get paranoid, and then I'm like, oh, what the fuck's gonna happen? And every car looks like a cop, even though it
Ugh,
isn't.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm just,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not
I didn't have that
shaking.
problem. I
Cop
spotted
phobia.
him from like
But-
fucking a mile away. I was like, look at
Yeah.
that. That's a cop. Slow down. Huh. Perfect. And I didn't
and
get
bear
pulled
in
over.
mind, perceptions are not always reality, especially when you're on some good drugs like Adderall. You got to check yourself.
So Liberty Phoenix, hopefully you'll stick around through the break, and we'll bring you back after this next commercial.
I'd love to.
All right, thanks.
See you soon, buddy.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the
Okay.
project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
Can you hear me, Liberty Phoenix?
Demonstrating
Yep.
to the entire
Cool.
country.
So everyone's leaving.
Have a free market.
How is Illinois? Tell me about that.
It's
I fucking hate it. I'm
largest
literally, I've been thinking about suicide for like the last week. It's terrible.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Don't.
It's, I mean, that's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I can rationalize that much, but it's just horrible here, to be quite honest. I fucking hate it.
Yeah. Well, don't give up because you can still come back here, and there are always people that will be happy to see you and
See,
spend time with you.
I'm just stuck between like a rock and another rock, because if I stay here, I'm
Legacy
in a horrible position. Like, I get to see my kids, but that's really about it. And like, I have absolutely no say in what goes on in their lives. My vehicle, I can't be driven. I'm relying on everybody else to move me from one place to another. I'm working this BS job at the mall. My ex wants to get back with her husband. I don't know. Like, he stole a bunch of shit from her. And he lies to her all the time. And she kicked him out. And then she's like, no, stay. I don't know. Like, are you dumb? And it just feels like if I go back, I'll have everybody else, but I won't have my kids. Like, and I can't do that. It's terrible.
Liberty Phoenix, this is Rob. Hey,
Yo.
how's it going?
Hey, bro.
I've been listening in for a little bit for a few seconds, man. I feel so sorry, man. I remember you telling me this story before. And I don't know how, like, I know why you left, but just stay strong, man. Like, I know exactly what you're saying. I don't, you had to choose, and you're doing what you think is best, and it is what's best, but I know it's hurting you. And I feel for you. It has to be hard, like not being here, being surrounded by us. I know
Yeah,
it sounds-
like every single day, I'm pretty much alone all the time. It sucks so bad. And I really don't know what to do anymore.
just stay strong, man. You're making it the Pork Fest, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'll be at the family reunion.
Just, all right.
Awesome. Do you ever get to see your kids?
Most of the time. Like this last, I guess, kind of like 3 weeks over there straight. Because
Good.
my ex went into the hospital to have her appendix removed, or gallbladder removed. And the girls were crying. They wanted me to come by and stay the night because they were scared. So I did. And her husband, I guess, took off like in the middle of the night, was like, yeah, I'm not staying here at the hospital. My back hurts. I'm going home. And I guess he went back to his mom's house. She came back, found out that he had stolen some stuff from her, and was like, you know, I'm done. Screw you. So I just stayed there for like 3 weeks. And it was it was nice. And then, you know, slowly the whole, you know, we're cool rubbed off on her and I, and then it just was, it was back to how it normally was, how I expected it to be.
Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Sounds really rough.
Hamster running around in your brain.
Well, we're here for you, Liberty Phoenix. Like, if you ever need to talk, message me, hit me up. You know, just
yeah, I know, and I appreciate that, guys.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
You just want to bullshit.
It's not a
I don't
hassle.
care. Like, I definitely know what you mean. I felt like that for years before I moved. I couldn't imagine going back to it.
It's like I can't live without the Shire, and I can't live without my kids.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
I know. Just stay strong, man. Just don't let it get to you.
Yeah, I've got pocket Mortys right now, so
Hey,
that's
I'm
got me
jumping off,
distracted.
man, because it's almost at your break.
All right.
Welcome back to the Anarchics special edition with guest Cody O'Connor.
Who's outside doing drugs right now. Sorry, kids.
Yeah, he'll be joining us in just a second.
Just a second.
But on the Skype line, we have Liberty Phoenix. Hey, Liberty Phoenix.
Hi, my lovely ladies. You know, Cody is the Liberty Shaman, so he should have access and provide all of those amazing mind-expanding compounds.
Well, I find it mind-expanding just to talk with certain people, and I think Cody O'Connor is one of those people.
I mean,
I
speak of the
certainly have
devil.
to agree.
There he is. How are those drugs, devil?
Oh, so good. Hey, everybody.
Oh, wow. That's the spirit.
Ah,
Well, aren't we so happy tonight?
good morning.
Good morning, America. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
I've been up since 6.
Who do we got on the phone right now?
Fuck you,
Liberty
Ellen.
Phoenix.
This was
Liberty
me last
Phoenix.
week.
We did have a call over the break from someone called Legacy Radio.
Nate is trying to call in at some point as well. Can we take 2 calls?
I think maybe we'll just have to wait until we get off the line with Liberty Phoenix.
Yeah, but not like we're in a rush to do that. Fucking
Yeah.
assholes. Fuck you, Nate. You can wait.
No, so
Hey,
we want to
we
hear
love
from
Phoenix.
you. Yeah,
Everybody'd love to talk to Phoenix over a statist.
Duh.
yeah. So what'd you call in for tonight? You just want to bother us?
I wanted to make sure that Renee was keeping track of herself.
Yes,
Oh,
I love
that's
the girl. She's got to
highly
be there when I
important.
get back.
Oh, I'll be here. I promise.
Renee,
I'm doing
you
so
do need to
good.
stay alive. You need to practice being alive.
Staying alive. I'm doing Gucci. I'm Gucci. I'm good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Doesn't it just wake your soul up just a little bit?
I'm so
Just a little
happy.
bit.
This is great, Ellen, and fuck you, because this was me last week. I was like, and you're like, I'm so drunk. So, fuck you. And now there's 2 of us. And you wanted a genuine Renee Cody O'Connor fucking experience, did you not?
This is
How
true.
we go.
This is true.
This is how we
like
do.
you bring on certain people because you're like, oh, this guy is an expert in the world of Bitcoin and blah blah blah. You have me on because I just get fucked up and then we see what happens. And it was funny because I was telling Lee about that. I was like, oh, they want me back in Manchester, man. I guess I was so fucking crazy last time. They want me back. And he goes, yeah, but do you think maybe it's because you're like the dancing monkey now and
Oh
everybody's
my
just laughing at
God.
you? And I'm like, no, because
That
on the
would make
last
2 of us.
podcast, I was known as the mastermind behind Off the Air Live. And then he goes, well, you know, that could have been sarcastic. And I'm like, You don't think I'm funny, do you?
Whatever, fuck you, Lee. It wasn't
End
even
of
me.
conversation.
It wasn't even me. Usually when I'm like, where's Cody? It's Renee who's like, somebody get Cody down here. But this time Ellen was like, hey, Cody's going to be on the show. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, I
Cool.
thought it'd be fun to have you back when I was actually here because I was listening to the show and I was like, there's so many times I wanted to jump into conversation, but I couldn't because I wasn't there. And then I heard you talking about ALP and how it like lacked passion, and you listened to all these other shows.
You know,
and I was
can I say I feel bad about my comments because
oh, don't feel bad about
I was
it.
really fucked up and I was just like I wanted to yell and I was thinking back to that
Okay.
show and I was just thinking like they were so calm.
No, I remember when
And I just
like,
was not feeling
we
calm
were
at the
very,
time.
very calm. Yeah.
when we
true.
were done, I remember like we're both just like, Ellen's going to fucking hate us. She's either going to love the shit out of it or she's going to hate us.
I felt a little bit guilty going home.
I like the karaoke.
Did I
I'm
ruin
sure.
something? Did I ruin something? Is it all downhill with them
Well,
from
no,
now
I knew
on?
I ruined it, so I'm like, oh my god, Ellen's gonna murder me when she listens to this.
Because I feel like before the first time I was on here, like there were guests and shit going on.
Well, yeah, because Ellen's like,
And,
let's make a productive show. Let's have like segments with show prep and like thought out discussion. Meanwhile, Cody and I are like, let's get high and sing karaoke on
Yeah,
air.
I just like making sure I'm not
Yep.
left with nothing. But anyway, I wouldn't murder you because then Liberty Phoenix would be mad at me too. And
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah,
sweet.
and I can't have him
I'm
mad at me.
safe.
Hey, Cody, you know what would make all of this so much easier
What?
is when you move to Match. What's the status of that?
I know. You know what? I didn't bring this fucking up, but I was going to move here. The last time I came up, I went bankrupt. I went bankrupt. And I was like, fuck Maine, fuck all my friends. I'm moving to Manchester. So I applied for a job at a radio station here at, I don't even remember the fucking call letters, but to be the morning show anchor for the Jared Goodell show. And I guess they split up the full-time position to 2 part-time positions, and I did not get either of them. So I do not have a job opportunity in here, so that makes it a bit difficult.
Well, you're gonna
You do
try
realize
harder.
there's like Pizza Huts and stuff like that, right? You could be a roofer.
No. I did not come to this earth to spend my time at a Pizza Hut.
Try harder, Cody, for Christ's sakes.
I was not put in this universe to spend a second at Pizza Hut that I wasn't asking the server for more fucking pizza.
Okay, well that may be true, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do, and if it's that important, it's a stepping stone.
You know what? I never bought into that.
It's a stepping stone.
And that's just part of who I am because I'm always just a rebel. And I remember I would always have this thing with my aunt. I would always have this thing with my aunt where I would say something wasn't fair, and she would always respond with, "Well, life isn't fair." And I was like, "Well, why? Can we make life fair?" Like,
you can be fair
like,
to yourself.
even back then, I had that fucking philosophy. I was like, "Well, if it's shitty, why don't we make it better?"
And I'm gonna get this as a tattoo because I am notorious for this. Find a way or make one. Decisions made. Can we go get a tattoo?
Absolutely.
Right now?
You have to make your own way. And this is what I'm trying to convince you of. Like, I've been talking to you about this kind of the past few weeks.
Here we go.
Like, you have to have the confidence and belief in yourself to actually make decisions that you believe you can follow through with.
You know what?
And then do
You're right.
it.
You are so right, Ellen. God damn it. You're right.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
You know
always
what?
right.
New initiative. Embrace right now. This might change in the morning when I'm just like crying because all my endorphins have been released. But
I hope this sticks with you.
no,
I hope it
I'm
does.
for real. Can we go get tattoos right now?
No.
We're doing a show right
you
now.
can't.
You have a show.
There's
Let's
like
get tattoos
Nate
on
and
the
I
air.
think they
take
even
care
give
of it,
us
but you
tattoos
guys are
this
the
messed up.
headliners.
Yeah, listen. We
I'm
have
not messed up.
Liberty Phoenix is on the line. You can't leave right now.
You're right.
He wants to
I
talk
would
to
never
us.
leave
I'll
you,
take it
Liberty
one
Phoenix.
step further. Why do you need a tattoo to remind you of something you want to believe? Put it inside
just
of your
in
brain.
Case.
Put it inside of your brain. You won't forget.
In case I do.
Because they're pretty.
If there's not a
That's why I
path,
have-
make
That's
one.
why I have my porcupine, my flaming porcupine. It's beautiful.
The flaming porcupine.
You picked an interesting time to get that, man. Out in
Pork
the sun.
Fest?
Out in the fucking sun.
Yeah.
Pork Fest.
Yeah, what the fuck? Get back out here. We miss you, dude. Plus, Illinois fucking sucks. Goddamn Fip, get out here.
Got it up.
Dude,
No,
I
just
barely
started,
even saw you at Pork Fest.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I was working, man.
I know-
I was
I
working,
know,
and then
I
I was
know.
working, and it was
You
this
did-
Pork Fest. I'm doing it way better. I'm
You
gonna
did
go
give
back to
me
the original Pork.
You did give me a post MDMA massage. I don't know if you remember that.
What?
Wow.
I do remember that.
Yeah, there was a table. I was like, you know what? I'm a little bit tense right now. Whatever.
And then you're like, I've got hands and they're warm and oily.
Nice.
Oh, ladies, I'm an amazing massage therapist. I mean, I love that.
Cody, what's your review
On
his massage therapy?
at the time,
Yeah.
I felt like it was pretty.
Like a 10 out of 10?
I don't know about a
8
10
out
out
of
of 10.
10?
I haven't gotten a lot of massages in
Okay.
my day, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll say an 8 out of 10.
You ask
know.
around
Pretty
at that
good.
place, and you'll get probably 4 or 5 reviews.
Sweet. You go, bro. You go.
So are you
for
going
the
to be selling massages at Porkfest?
Absolutely, as long as the young lady that let me use her table last year lets me use it again, they will be available.
Will
in
you
the,
be doing Reiki services?
I am not proficient in that modality.
Okay.
But
I
do
feel
use
as though
that,
when I'm
just
really
a
really
little bit.
amped up on Adderall, I can do self Reiki.
What's that?
Does that have anything to do with like masturbation?
It kind of sounds like it, doesn't it? No. No. You use your hands and you focus on a certain area in your body, and then you just work on the energy.
Work on the energy. What does that mean?
Like especially when I'm on stimulants, I can feel like, oh, there's like an uneasy feeling in my stomach, so I can just focus on that and try and turn it into a positive feeling.
Oh, that's
basically
interesting.
what I'm trying to do.
I noticed that sometimes when I have headaches, if I focus on it, it goes away, but
Yeah.
only for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, most sickness and illness comes down to your energy and your vibrations. So the
that's
idea is
interesting.
so the idea in Eastern medicine is to focus on those things.
Yeah. Well, thank you for calling in, Liberty Phoenix. I hope we get to hear it from you again soon.
Thank you very much for having me. I'll definitely be calling in more
See you,
regularly.
brother.
Thanks. Have a good night.
We'll be back with more
Peace.
Anarchics, motherfuckers.
What up?
All right. That was a better part of the song. Oh my gosh, I've got to play this song so that you don't hate it. He said no vocals.
This is the best feeling ever.
I'm glad you feel that way. I've never tried Adderall.
You should.
I kind of want to. Just don't have access to any. All right, so this is the song that Renee hated, but I think it's pretty awesome. How do we mute this? No? Oh, Jesus. See, doesn't this sound kind of cool? Like, I don't know. It's electronic. Sorry, I had you muted.
It's a good party vibe type song.
Yeah, I can tell she doesn't speak English because she's pronouncing the words really strangely. And she does not look American at all.
Yeah.
She's pretty hot.
Nice.
I like this video. There's a lot of like beach scenes going on.
I could be on MDMA to this very easily.
Yeah, that's how's it skipping? That's weird.
Let your friends know you're
Shut up.
listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2.
Yeah, but usually when I listen to music, I always imagine what it would be like if I was on MDMA, and that's kind of how I decide whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
Although there's some music that's like mood music, where it's like I have to be in the right mood to listen to it.
So what kind of stuff do you listen to like day to day?
Oh gosh, Pandora provides me with like an endless sea of music to explore. So lately I've been listening to Grimes because I heard this commercial and I was like, that's so weird, but I kind of like it. It's like a good kind of weird. So I was listening to that and I'm like, I don't really know how I feel about it, but it's so different than what I'm used to. It's like I kind of have to like it because it's really unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I like EDM music. I listen to trance sometimes. I used to listen to it all the time when I had an office. Or like I don't know. I like British music, like Kate Nash.
Yeah, I've heard of her.
Yeah? Okay. So I hope that's not like too weird, but that's like I don't know, way different
I've
than
definitely
EDM.
been on a big EDM kick lately. I think I said earlier, like I never thought I would ever like that type of music.
Yeah.
And it must have clicked at Porkfest last summer. because after that, like, it's all I wanted to listen to. So yeah, like the
Right.
trance stuff is good. Like Infected Mushroom started out trance. They're one of my favorite bands, and now they've added like some dubstep to it, but it's still like it creates an atmosphere that like I really like. So I don't always listen to like Infected Mushroom and Bass Nectar just day to day, but like if
Bass Nectar is awesome. I love Bass Nectar.
yeah, Bass Nectar, like when I get home and I get stoned, like that's what I put on.
Yeah.
Like, every time.
I know. And like I've been painting the studio a lot lately, so I just like get high, listen to trance music, and paint. And it's I don't know, it's a good way to spend the day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just like all alone.
You know what else is really good? Knife Party. You ever listen?
Never heard of that.
They're good.
Knife Party.
I found out about them because of Breaking Bad, actually.
Really?
Yeah, there's a scene where Walt buys a car for his kid, and they both pull into the driveway, and this like dubsteppy song is playing, and they're just like revving the engine in the driveway, and then the fucking beat drops, and I'm like, holy shit, that's intense.
Holy shit! I don't think I've ever exclaimed that when I heard a song. I was like,
yeah.
We're back. Would you believe that? We're already back. And over the break, we were just talking about some music that we listened to. I was saying that sometimes I listen to EDM, and you said that you were kind of embarrassed to admit that at some point.
I was embarrassed to admit that I liked dubstep.
Dubstep. Yeah, that's kind of a controversial.
Well, because
one.
even the people that like EDM, some of them don't like dubstep, which I can kind of understand, because it's like, here's
different.
these people coming in and taking over what we already had and all this stuff. And Renee could probably complain about it for hours if she was here right now, but she's not. But you know what? The people at those live shows, they lose their shit, and that's the fucking point. Yeah, like I've never
I
done
can't
it. But if
imagine
you,
like dancing to dubstep, but listening to
it's
it,
gonna
cool.
be I imagine it being more chaotic and aggressive.
Maybe.
But, I don't know. Depends on what vibe you're looking for, I guess. So you know, it's a way. It's like a type of dance music to get out aggression. Like it's the dance version of metal, which is why I like it, because I like metal because it's dark, and people don't like the dark shit. They're like, I just want to be happy and put on happy music, and I'm like, no, I want to experience Satan.
Yeah.
So
yeah, sometimes metal music is really awesome because
my buddy got me even deeper into it. My buddy Chip, he listens to death metal, and we trip mushrooms and listen to death metal.
Wow.
And just we go to that dark place of like, this is what the void is. This is what you not existing is. And it's so much better like to actually go there and experience the shittiness, because once you get past that and you let go of the fact that you're gonna die, all this stuff you've been trying to forget, that you have a limited time here, you've embraced it, and now you can just enjoy the present moment that much better.
You have a limited time here. That's what you think of when you listen to death metal?
It makes you aware that there's a timelessness to your spirit, but your body, you're basically just renting. And you don't want to get too attached to it and your body and your ego and the things you think about yourself, because eventually you're going to go back to just being this amorphous, energetic thing in this ocean of whatever. And who the fuck knows what happens at that point. And you have to just let go to the fact that like, you don't know what the fuck's going to happen, but it'll be okay. And you don't have to worry about it. That's the thing. Being okay with the unknown. That's the fucking trick right there.
Yeah. A lot of people fear the unknown, and that leads to a lot of I guess like people withholding themselves a lot in life.
Yes.
But you brought up something. I had this thought earlier today because I was kind of feeling upset about some things, and then I felt better because I all of a sudden realized, like, wait a minute, if I can try to comprehend the vastness of the universe, where it's just endless, like literally endless. You could travel for thousands and thousands and millions of light years and never like reach everything. So there's like this vast existence that I am just a tiny speck in. And so whatever I do, it doesn't really make a difference in the long run. And I felt better after that because
nihilism.
My life is it's meaningless outside of what I, bring into it. So I don't know. It's it makes me feel like any mistake that I make, anything I do wrong, anything I feel sad about, whatever.
Not that
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things doesn't
Nah,
really make that
doesn't
big of a
really.
difference.
Yeah.
So I heard this quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson that like really hit me pretty deeply, which was, be afraid of death until you have some kind of score for humanity.
Yeah, I
And,
think he took that from like an author.
Yeah, he was borrowing it from somebody else, but he said that was kind of like the way he goes about life. And the video had a whole conversation about it. You know, like if we lived forever and death wasn't a thing, would we be motivated to actually do anything with our time, or would we sit and wait around? So there's a reason why we die, because that way we have a motivation to actually do something with the limited time we have. If we had forever to do whatever, we'd have no, like, you know, we got to get to the fucking utopia.
I don't know.
There'd be no rush for it, really.
There would be no rush for it, but although I agree that mortality, like the idea of mortality and dying, does give you kind of this urgency. Like, I have to, you know, do all of these things that I want to while I'm still alive, because I'm not going to be alive forever. I kind of want to experience what it'd be like to live for a long period of time, or maybe forever.
Yeah.
I don't know if forever. No, I'd probably want to die at some point.
I don't want to live forever or live any longer than I'm going to. I just want it to not. I want it to not be an overpowering, overshadowing thing in the back of my head. You know, because that's what it is. Like when you have a quarter life crisis, midlife crisis, whatever. What it is your brain saying, like, you know, hey, you've wasted a lot of time not living up to your full potential.
Yeah.
And that freaks you out. So what happens is, like, everything you wish you did or regrets or everything you want to do, it all like hits you at the same time, and you're overwhelmed and you don't really know where to start. And that's what kind of freaks people out is, you know, it's good to be aware that there's the mortality and the finiteness of life, but not to the point where it's constantly hindering you.
Right, but consider this. Even if you lived for like 500 years, that was the average life expectancy, that would still be nothing. That would be like a blip in all of eternity. So you would still have that feeling like you have limited time.
Yeah.
And I think if people lived that long, they would still continue doing productive things throughout their life.
I feel like that would be a good length of time to live, because you know what's weird? I feel like 100 years isn't actually enough for you to fully understand childhood trauma and stuff that happened in the first couple of years of your life. A big process of life is letting go of the shitty things that happened to you when you were growing up.
That's
a big part of it.
I just figured out PTSD, you guys.
You figured it out.
Kinda. So, well, you know, part of it was like not understanding, like, what the fuck is going on with me? Like, why? I don't understand PTSD. So, you know, I understand, like, oh, traumatic events happen to you.
That's why you have to read about it.
Well,
read other people's stories about it.
I heard a very good explanation for it the other day. Have you guys heard of Humans in New York, the Facebook page?
No.
Yeah.
So it's basically, this guy's awesome. He like goes around, just takes pictures of people and like helps them tell their story. Like, everybody has a story. People don't think about this. But yeah, so one of these guys was a veteran. He has PTSD, and his story was like very similar to mine, like losing his trust in his instincts, which is what I kind of gain back when I take Adderall, which is like why I feel so good.
Me too.
So
me too.
So Adderall is great for me. Like, I don't want to say it's like purely medicinal. You know, sometimes I take it to be productive. Sometimes I take it as a pick me up. Sometimes I just take it purely to get high, like I did tonight. But like, you know, it makes me feel a lot better. But what I heard, so one of the comments was, hey, so I'm basically living PTSD free, you guys. Send me a message and I'll explain it to you. And what she was saying, which I've heard before, memories are stored not just in your mind, but in your body. Like, have you guys ever heard of stories of like kids remembering like past events or like past lives?
Yeah, I've heard of like the reincarnation thing. I thought what you're talking about was like if you smell something, it reminds you of your past, and then you relive all of these moments. Yeah.
But there are some kids who like think that I don't know if it's reincarnation, because I believe that I heard a scientific explanation. Memories can be stored in your body. I don't really know how to explain it right now, but do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Small molecular changes,
like DNA, basically.
Well, sorta.
It's like,
right?
I don't know if that's really how it works, but like I've heard of like memories being passed down through your blood.
There's epigenetics, which is you know, there are certain aspects of people's genomes that exist outside of the DNA. It's like all of the molecules that surround it. And people who share DNA usually also share epigenetic traits, which are things that are outside of their DNA. So I don't know. I know memories and kind of behaviors can be passed down that way, but I wouldn't say experiences.
I have an even weirder explanation of this idea of being born and kind of already carrying something with you that might be bad from beforehand. And I think kind of what it is sex is a creative process.
Yeah.
You're using creative energy. The most creative thing you could do is create a child. So what a man and a woman is doing is they're taking their essence and this orgasmic creative explosion of energy, they're combining it together to create the essence of a new baby. So this new baby is created from the parts physically of the sperm and the egg and everything, but also kind of emotionally, like whatever's inside of them is going inside of the kid. And that's why the whole apple doesn't fall from the tree thing is kind of true, because you're sort of carrying generations of bullshit with you.
And I think about this a lot because and I've said it, I carry very strong attributes of both of my parents, some that I would like to avoid, but others that I definitely embrace. And one of them I was not with through more than half of my childhood. So how the fuck is that possible?
Yep.
Well, we'll have to get more into this discussion when we come back. I think we all have a lot to say.
This is going way better than I thought it would.
Good.
Yeah, so we'll be back with more
Awesome.
Anarchics. Woo! Stay tuned. Dabber 2 coming up. On these bumpers.
What are you saying, Cody? You didn't expect much out of tonight? Now I'm just hassling you.
No, I'm just this is really nice. This is great.
Part of what we do
This is nice.
Let's go say hi to our friends.
It's not often I can talk to people about deep shit like this.
Yeah.
And them actually want to fucking listen to me. Like the last time I was hanging out, I was talking about quantum physics.
Oh, really?
And one guy was like, "Oh, too fucking early for that, man." And he actually left the room, and I was like,
what?
Fine, okay.
You know what's awesome?
So I just shut the fuck up for the rest of the night. You guys get drunk and then stare at each other at a bar, and I'll sit here and contemplate life. Whatever, fuck you guys.
Yeah, that's not a great friendship. Can't believe what the fuck. Oh, last time I went to the Quill, we started talking about the general theory of relativity, and there's a bunch of people sitting at the table talking about it with me, and it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It's not often that gets to happen though.
Yeah, I've got a decent amount of friends now though. Where
oh, you do?
get into
I don't
this
have
stuff.
many friends.
Oh, really? I don't have a bunch.
Never really have. Yeah.
I feel lonely most of the time, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's weird. The dog knows more about me than anyone else does. I talk to my dog.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and my cat too.
I love cats. I love animals. I remember being really fucking stoned one day. I was on an all-night bender. It was Adderall, weed, sleep deprivation. And I wasn't going to bed, so I went outside and I went on a walk, and I remember seeing these squirrels. And so it piqued my interest. I was like, let me see if I can somehow interact with them.
Really?
So at first I approached one of the squirrels, and I was nervous, so the squirrel was nervous. And I realized oh wait, why do I have this right here? I just want to have a good time with the squirrel. So I smiled at the squirrel, and then all of a sudden the squirrel looked me dead in the eyes, and then he started being wonky and silly as shit. He'd climb up the tree and he'd play peekaboo with me. He'd peek his head out and then go back and
cute.
run around and shit. He was having a great time just because I
paid attention.
I paid attention, and I gave the squirrel good vibes, and the squirrel gave me good vibes. So you realize that every animal is kind of a soul too.
They're kind of conscious on some level.
They are so they can't speak and they can't comprehend things on a logical level like we do.
They can't really communicate.
But I do.
Take yourself at home, little lady.
I do believe animals have emotions, and I believe they. What?
It's a break show.
Something different, huh? Something different tomorrow.
Cody, we got you.
All right, dude. Yeah, go for it.
Part of the Rebel Love family.
Aww. I belong. I belong. Did it. So happy. Life is good right now.
Life is good right now. Is it because of the drugs?
But that's the thing is I don't know. Like maybe 6 hours from now I'll be like, my life is shit.
Hold on, can I do it? The people here are so awesome, loving, and positive. And like
I
once
don't
I got
wanna hear
here,
that.
I realized there was nowhere else I wanted to be.
Oh my gosh. I've been listening to that for like 3 years. Okay.
The ALP origin story.
Yeah. Yep, that was
But
the
in
origin.
every episode you named it. It was ALP, but it was something else every time.
Yeah, we
like-
tried. I tried, but when I stopped putting effort into it, so did Allie. So that didn't last for all of the episodes, but some of them.
What were some of the examples? I can't even think of any right now.
Oh, I
I'm
don't.
trying to create one in my
I
head.
don't remember. We did
And
a
it
show
all
about
involves like anal, and I don't. wanna-
anal.
That's pretty bad. That like what is a word that starts with A?
Anal. First word.
Yep.
Not like aardvark.
Nope. That's just where my brain went.
Advanced. Okay. Yeah. No. I
Adderall
get
does
that.
have a way of making me think.
Adderall.
What?
Adderall.
Adderall has a way of. Oh, so tonight is Adderall likes people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's
Adderall
perfect.
likes to be
That's
in people.
so perfect. That's so perfect.
That's where it belongs. Is in
Adderall.
people.
That's. We named tonight's episode, everybody.
Oh my gosh. I wish I had been able to think of a name for ALP, but Allie was like, we have to do this because of this. And then I heard the commercial all the time after that. And I was like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even exist anymore, but whatever. Not even on the internet. It's a shame, really.
Just gone to time.
Yeah.
Missing.
Well, some people still have the episodes downloaded,
True.
but I don't know who they are. Yeah, so anyway, speaking of like weird animal encounters, we have this dog Kitty, and she's really smart and well trained and really sweet and understanding, and I don't know. She's an awesome dog. I've never liked dogs before, but she's pretty good. And she always listens to us.
Yeah.
Like if we're outside and I'm like, Kitty, come back, we gotta go inside, and she'll, come right over. One time we went on this vacation up to like northern Maine, like Caribou, and
Nice.
yeah, we stayed there for a few days. We did this huge race at Loring, which is an old air base. And then we came back like 4 days later, and there's this giant grouse, which is a bird that had nested in our yard.
Mhm.
And I noticed it at the same time that Kitty did. And I was like, oh no, she's going to go get it. And she chased the mom down. And there was like 5 babies underneath her.
Yep.
And they all scattered off in different directions. So I was faced with the dilemma of chasing Kitty down or saving the babies. And I was like, well, I can't lose Kitty because then Andrew will be pissed. So I had to chase down Kitty. I chased her for like half a mile. And then the
Wow.
bird finally flew off. And I carried her back, and I was like, you fucking idiot dog. Why the fuck would you do that? You've just destroyed this bird family. Like, 1 minute they're a happy family. The mom's just sitting there with the babies. They're all cuddling together.
Yep.
Next thing you know, like, this vicious beast chases the mother away, and all the babies are like, what do we do? What do we do? I come back, and there's a dead one on the ground. And I'm like, did I step on this? I don't know what happened. It was just really sad. And I felt so bad for that
Some dogs
family.
are kind of assholes.
Well, it's
Not
like
all dogs, but I feel like some of them kind of are.
no matter how good of a dog they are, they're always going to be animal. Like
True,
they're always going to
yeah.
have those instincts that just drive them to be instinctual and
I just
chase
think
down things that look
Cats
like
are
food.
so much better.
Cats are vicious,
are-
full of murder rage.
Well, I guess I've never really met a shitty cat because every cat I've been around has been totally chill.
You'll meet my cat tomorrow. It's
Okay.
not chill.
No?
It's still a kitten, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you see my hand, it's pretty scratched up.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah. My cat, I play with him a lot. He likes to chew on fingers
Yeah.
and suckle blankets.
Well, the thing that I like about cats is that you can't tell them what to do. They don't respond
Yeah.
to that. So dogs do. They respond to orders.
We're not
Hello.
back yet.
Well, sorry to interrupt your conversation.
So that's why dogs are shittier because dogs are subs basically.
Yeah,
They're
and cats are
um,
doms.
cats are outside of that. Cats are just loving souls that just do whatever the fuck they want. Or if they're shitty souls, they'll scratch you like your fucking hand is, and they don't give a shit because you're not the boss.
Yeah.
That's why they are good anarchists.
Cats are awesome anarchists.
Yes.
Woo! Welcome back to the Anarchics. I really like that intro song. What is this, Renee?
Welcome to the club. This is DJ Manayan. Do you know who Cascada is?
Yes, I do.
So one of the forming members of Cascada, the DJ, I never pronounce it right. DJ Manayan, I think is what it is, or DJ Manayan. I don't know, but he's awesome. And that was one of his. No, that was his follow-up. Nope, that was his first like big hit. Welcome to the club now, gonna pop it up now. This
I
is
know
an
that song.
emergency. Music is my galaxy. Yep.
Awesome.
And his follow-up hit, which I also put as a bumper, which is also, fun fact, my ringtone. This is my melody, and it's just a raver's fantasy.
That one's much more
'cause I
popular.
know, yes.
If you're in love with me
tonight. We're raving through the night. Yeah, so.
Hey, Nate, do you
stay
want to
tuned
call
for
in
that.
and, say words instead
Oh,
of...
yes. The Skype line is open.
The Skype line is open, and now we have a live studio audience.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh, we
we
have
do.
an audience member.
Yeah,
Let me see if
Tonight is
those
just getting
in the
better and
live
better.
stream.
right?
Those in the live stream you can't see.
Oh, how's the chat? I've been
But-
ignoring you tonight, chat room. How you doing, chat room? What's good? Any questions for me? I know I'm really high, you guys. Are you guys having fun? I'm having really fun. Who's having a great time tonight?
Whoa.
Everything's great. Everything's great.
I love everyone and everything is awesome.
It's true.
Oof. Like, whenever you talk, I'm just like, whoa.
Whoa.
Too much.
Whoa. Sorry, I'm having a fun time. Excuse me for having fun for once in my fucking life.
No, don't let me get in your way. I'm just saying it's a lot to take in.
Nope.
It's a lot of energy to take in.
Tonight.
You're
Okay.
just spilling your rainbow guts all over us.
I know.
Rainbow
I feel
guts.
so good about. Speaking of rainbow, I do want to plug this every now and then
Oh,
since it
we
is
have a
coming up
caller.
in July.
We have a Legacy Radio caller.
Fine.
Can I answer?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Nate from Legacy Radio.
What's good, Nate?
Welcome to the Anarchics.
Hello.
Yes.
Nate.
I just got done raking in the bathroom.
Oh, did you?
Raking in the
Gross.
bathroom. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Did you open your chakra?
Oh yeah, all 5.
All the way open, huh?
Oh yeah.
Gaping open chakras.
So I know Renee, but who's this? Ellen? Is
Yes.
that Ellen?
Nice to meet you, Nate.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you're kind of a bird killer.
I'm a bird killer now. I'm
did
sorry.
what?
Uh-oh.
You heard that story. I didn't do it on purpose.
What did
I
you
heard
do?
a lot.
Okay, so I will tell everyone on air because
Oh
you
my
guys don't know
God.
what I'm talking about. So I went on vacation with my boyfriend and my dog for a few days earlier this summer, and then when we came back, there was a grouse, which is a giant quail-looking bird that was like nesting in our yard, and it had 5 babies. And my dog chased the mother, and all the babies scattered. So I had to go chase the dog down, and I finally caught up to her. I caught her. The mother bird got away, but when I came back, one of the baby birds was dead on the ground.
And I remember you telling me this
Don't
story.
know how it happened, but my heart broke because that bird family was just torn apart, and there's no restoring it after that. And I felt like super bad because I thought maybe it was my fault that the baby bird was dead.
Well,
But I
it
don't
just so happens that I actually have the mother on the mic right now.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
She's gonna do a tell-all.
Well,
later
let's
on.
hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, not right now. Later on.
okay.
She's not ready.
Later on.
She's kind of working her way into
Is
it.
she,
But
is she in the green room as we speak?
yeah, we're serving her all kinds of foods.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
You got some worms in there, some
Treat-
quinoa.
Oh, yeah.
Treat her well.
Yeah.
No
It's
worries.
important.
We're consoling her.
Good.
You're consoling.
Oh, is
the
she
bird.
like really emotional right now?
Oh, the very, very, very.
Yeah.
I mean, how many babies has she had since then?
Never, actually, none. Too much stress. She
Oh,
actually has
no.
PTSD from what she
Yeah.
told me.
Is she?
Oh my goodness, I'm so. It was not my fault. Animals are animals. I'm sorry.
I really want to
You're an
ask though
ass.
if is she talking to somebody? Because it's very important to not just hold that shit in. The bird
Well,
shit.
According to you guys, they can't communicate, so it's kind of hard.
Well,
They
you
can't
know,
communicate.
They
no,
can communicate, just
That's
not in a way that we
bullshit.
recognize.
they have their
It's
own
very
language.
it's
Okay.
difficult to understand what animals are trying to get across.
That
but
is
they do
not
have
true.
ways.
That is not
So-
true at all. They're
so
so
actually-
easy to understand. You just have to form a connection. And you know what? My boyfriend got kind of pissed at me tonight because a cat ran across the road and I almost slammed into a tree because I didn't give a fuck. I was going to kill myself before I killed this cat because animals are so helpless and I could see the fear in its eyes, man. Like, it's so easy.
Regime Toppler had a really good idea. He said we should have an AMA.
We should have an AMA.
An AMA,
What's
huh?
that?
Ask me anything. That's what they do in Reddit. I hate
yes.
Reddit, by the way.
So what do you mean, like an on-air AMA?
Yeah, an on-air AMA.
With this mother bird.
Well, later on, yeah.
Or we could just have in the chat room an AMA for the hosts, right?
All right.
Sure.
Yeah, we can. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So ask your questions. What do you want to know about us?
Yeah.
You know, let's find out.
Oh, by the way, I want to state something. I never said I hated you, Renee. So Cody lied. That was a
Wait,
complete lie, Cody.
I guess I don't remember this conversation happening.
Oh
Did I
yeah,
say-
the last show you were on, you said
oh,
that.
oh,
I
you know what
dated
it is?
her.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
want to know the
I remember
story.
that.
What happened?
I remember that.
What's your beef with me, Nate? What's your beef, bro?
I think it
I,
was,
I
think-
have no beefs with
I
you.
think
I
it-
just think
fucking with you.
no.
I ain't fucking
Nate,
with you.
Nate, all right, I remember this now. You said something about her voice. You said
Oh,
that
yes,
she sounded
yes,
like
I
a
think-
baby
I-
or something, right?
What was that? Say that again.
You said that she sounded like a baby or something, right?
What?
I didn't say a baby.
Or a kid.
What did you say,
You
Nate?
said it was a very immature sounding voice, didn't you?
What I said, and let me explain. Okay.
That's what
I
you
said is her voice to me isn't for radio.
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I kind of agree with you. My voice annoys me sometimes, and when I get drunk, it gets even worse. I get really nasally, almost. You know?
No. It's
I'm
not
really
that. It's not
tired.
that. You just you're very hard to follow.
I'm hard
So
to.
when you-
I
when
am. I'm
you
all
get
over the
really
place, bro.
excited. But you do have a good singing voice.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't
I-
get how that works.
the compliment
either.
sandwich.
The reason why I won't listen back to
Trying
the
to save
last
his ass
episode I
now.
was on here was because of me doing karaoke.
I know.
And I feel
I
like
heard
it was
some of it,
very bad.
and it was I couldn't stand myself. I had to like turn down the speakers. I was like, why did I release
Neither
this?
of you are as bad as you think you
And
were.
it sucks too because you know what? I tried really hard at first and I just don't sing. That's not a skill that I possess. It doesn't matter how many drugs I'm on where I'm like, yeah, I can do this. Doesn't matter. It doesn't give you the talent.
You
It
don't
just
even
gives you
sing in the
confidence.
shower?
I can do it if I try hard.
Shower singing is where I
I
specialize.
I do shower thinking.
That's not what I do in the shower.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Thoughts
You gotta-
that you have as you watch the water drain out of the tub.
I don't watch the water. I watch my phone. I lay down. I stick
Ah.
my arm outside of the tub.
Do you like candles?
No, there's no handles. I don't need
No,
one.
I didn't say handles. I said candles. Do you like candles?
Candles? No. Why would I need
Incense?
candles? I have the ambient light of my phone, dude.
All right.
And the sweet smoky smell.
I just want to have the
of
most
soap.
romantic time with yourself possible. That's all I'm saying.
No, there's no time to be romantic.
Why?
We gotta get down to the biz.
I don't understand masturbation.
Yeah,
I don't
you know,
understand
love
why
is
when
such
it's
a waste of
It's
time.
like playing it's like playing a two-player game on one player.
You know, well,
what I'm
here's what it
saying?
Here's what it boils down to is the more that it builds up and then you don't have sex, you get very, very frustrated. And it's not a good energy that's building up. It's just like this frustrating, like, I need to get laid, but I can't, and I hate myself. And then you just jerk away the pain, and then you fucking go to bed. That's what happens.
Or you know, maybe you're
away the
feeling
pain.
stressed. You
Yeah.
know,
Away the
having
pain.
having an orgasm actually releases molecules in your body that just make you feel better in general. It gives you a better sense of well-being.
Everybody
never experienced
everybody
that with
on the
another person.
planet is a dopamine addict.
That's a shareable experience. Why would I like? I want to share that with somebody.
I
else.
do
Well,
too.
yeah,
I do-
obviously
I-
you want to
Listen,
share
I do
it,
too,
honestly,
but-
I like getting somebody else off more than I like getting off myself.
Well, see,
You're
that's
such a
that's
caring
great.
person.
Yeah, but
There needs to be
sometimes
more people like
you
that in the
need to
world.
do it yourself because nobody's going to do it for you.
Yeah, I feel that. What's that song? I love myself and I don't need anybody else. I
I don't know that
Don't know.
song.
I don't know, but that song annoyed me because it sounded like it was all about masturbation too.
But I
Just
can see
saying.
I can see how it can get out of hand. Absolutely.
Yeah, like when you break, it
because,
just turns into like a flat sheet of like
so-
ice. Just breaks when you try to put it in the laundry. You know what I'm saying? So much
Yeah.
dried cum on there. Gross.
Um,
That's you, Cody.
what
That's you.
What I was going to say is that if you have this opportunity you're going to go to that because it's easier instead of putting the work in for the real thing.
You got to
So
get the poison out.
It kind of
Nah, I shoot for the stars.
But what I'm saying is, if you do it too much, it fucks up your motivation.
I shoot for the moon. I don't stare
No,
at
no,
stars.
no. It makes
It
you
does.
think.
It does.
Oh,
It
no.
does.
Hold it. Hold it. Let's not argue because we're up at the break and we'll be right back. So sit tight, kids.
Did I just? Did you guys hang up on me? Am I still
Dude,
there?
I don't stare
No,
at
no,
stars.
no.
Still
It makes
here.
you
It does. It
think.
does.
Oh,
It
no.
does.
You're still
We'll
here.
argue because we're up at the break and we'll be right back.
this is
So
weird.
sit tight, kids.
Hey, can you mute
Am
listening to us?
Am I yelling too much? I feel like I'm
I just-
yelling a lot.
We're just really excited, Cody.
Okay.
Are you having fun? You look like you're having so much fun.
Prepare yourselves. Give us a call today at 800.
Nate, can you hear us?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. So we're just on the break right now, but we'll be back in like 3 minutes.
Take your time.
Okay. Well, we can do a break show right now.
So-
Do you feel like you
so
can add
Nate-
productively to the conversation?
Hey Nate, what's going on in the chat room right now?
Let's see. Let's read the chat. Let's see.
do you
All
wanna
right.
join
By the way, you guys had a bunch of
on.
randos talking a lot of
You got
shit
notes on
earlier.
Bunch of randos, huh?
Yeah.
What, today?
let's see.
Today?
Yeah.
Sometimes
I don't
the
know.
LRN chat is infiltrated by like Stop for Keeners or people who just want to raise hell.
I think it was like he said Chris. Somebody said it was Chris Cantwell, guys. I don't even know what that is. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Chris Cantwell hates me.
Oh, are
That
you
explains
saying
it.
he was in the chat room?
Guys that support him, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, guys that support him.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chris Cantwell and everyone that follows him. Everyone that follows him hates whoever he hates, and I don't know.
And
I feel like
hates
it's
you?
yes, he hates me.
How is that even possible? How does anybody
Because-
ever hate you? I don't understand.
It's because she killed that bird.
Well, that is a pretty good reason. Maybe I have to switch sides.
No, I don't think he's ever
Cantwell.
heard that story. No, it was because I posted something on Facebook a few months ago about an abusive ex-boyfriend I used to have, and he
Oh, I remember
was
that,
like,
yeah.
well, either you're suffering from a victim complex or you're lying. Either way, you're dangerous. So
I did not like that.
He doesn't
he's-
believe that I'm telling the truth, and he thinks I'm a terrible excuse for a
That's
human
stupid.
being.
I remember reading his manifesto, and I was like, there was something seriously wrong with this guy.
I have a question. Was there just out of curiosity? Was there a reason why you posted it?
Yes, because I had blocked him when he moved away, which was like 2 years ago, and then he made a new Facebook and started friending all of my friends. And at the same time, one of my old friends from Michigan who also knew him messaged me and said, "Wow, he's really gone off the deep end," and sent me a link to this video. So that just made me realize like I have to warn people about how crazy this guy is, because I don't want my friends being friends with him. You know, so yeah, it was like a
Well, I mean,
public service announcement. kind of thing.
I added him
I
at
see,
first
I
because
see.
I didn't know what was going on, but then I
Yeah.
saw your thing, and then I read his manifesto, which was creepy as shit.
Oh my god, yeah, it
was
made
like,
me sick.
It was like he was writing this long thing where the two things like that I got out of it was, I'm the leader of some libertarian party thing that no one really cares about.
No,
and
he
then
has no
second
members, 'cause he's
was this
crazy.
over and over thing where it was like, I get why people love Ellen. If she was here, I couldn't resist myself. Blah blah blah. Like being way too fucking open about like just
Yeah.
creepy
Mhm.
shit that was not appropriate for whatever the fuck he was trying to do.
He was saying that he lost control of himself because of me, and that was why he did these things.
Oh wait, did your
What
ex-boyfriend
do you
had a
mean? Yes.
manifesto?
What do you mean he lost control of himself? Like,
Yeah, he
Like,
said
in
that
what
he
way?
like lost his judgment, or I don't like. He would get jealous and angry because I was out with other people,
Yeah.
and that excused why he would like, mentally and physically abuse me.
So was he creating a manifesto because he was about to murder people? Is that what's going on here?
He was writing a response to my post.
Oh, because that sounds like more like something you would read after somebody just went out and shot a bunch of people. I'm just saying.
Kind of,
looking
yeah.
from his perspective, he's probably thinking about how things went wrong for a long time, and he goes like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I fucked up. How do I fix
I think we're
things?"
coming back.
And okay.
Okay.
And welcome back to the Anarchics. I am so wired. I do not remember what the fuck we were talking about, but shit's getting good here, you guys. We're heating up. We got Cody O'Connor from Off the Air Live, and we have, of course, Renee, Cake, and Ellen Ball in the studio.
And we have a Skype caller right now,
We
Nate.
sure do. Hey, Nate from Legacy.
Hey,
Hey, Nate,
newbie,
let me tell you something. Oh,
yeah. I was gonna say
we
newbie
actually have a
274.
live audience. We actually
One
have a
at a
live
time,
audience in
Vince.
the other room on the television screen. right
Awesome.
now.
Yeah, dude. We have Google
Watch,
Cast in our
watching us
house.
from another part of the house. I just wanted to
Yeah.
mention how cool that is. Sorry.
That is pretty cool.
And
So
a
Nate,
hot
I'm
studio
excited about
audience.
So
What?
newbie
There you go.
274 said a bunch of losers sitting in New Hampshire on a Friday night broadcasting to 10 people.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Some
I think
newbie.
it's one of your buddies.
you know what? I really don't care. I don't do this so much for the audience. I do it just because I like doing it.
We enjoy what we're doing. And where's
Yeah.
our live YouTube feed?
Nothing wrong with that. I'm here because I want to have a good time. I don't give a shit
You
if
want the
anybody's
link?
listening.
Yeah.
By the way, somebody said something about a spirit animal, and it just came in my mind. I believe Renee's spirit animal is a squirrel.
Really? What makes you say
Yeah.
that?
Just tweaking out, running around, like, up and down a tree.
Actually, you know what? Right now, like the way she's moving, like jittery and stuff, I can totally
It's
see that.
true.
You know, it's funny. I was kind of flattered and weirded out by this at the same time. But Anne, the rebel mistress, told me last week that I was her spirit animal, and I'm like, what? How is
Oh,
that
by the way,
even possible?
Renee,
What?
we named the show for tonight. It's called Adderall Likes People.
Because that's where it
ALP.
belongs, right?
ALP. Adderall Likes People.
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh my God. Yes.
Yes.
You have nothing to say but yes. Okay.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome. And you know what? It's a tribute. It's a tribute. You guys.
Yeah.
You know what was the funniest thing that happened though is when I got here, you know, I came in as all drug Santa and whatever.
Yeah, drug Santa.
So my mom calls me. We're talking about whatever, and the last thing she says to me before getting off the phone was, "Behave tonight." So I hit the hang up button, and I'm like, "Let's do drugs."
It was perfect.
And I instantly go right over and do a fucking line. Like, if she could see me now, she would not know how to react. But here's the thing.
Does she never listen
Here's
to you?
the thing is that she doesn't understand what I'm doing. I'm altering my consciousness because I believe this is the way that I find happiness. And guess what? Guess what? Mom and dad ain't too happy. They're not even trying. They're going day to day. I am immersing myself inside of myself deeper with the power of substances, and it's therapeutic and beneficial. And what they're doing is they're just, man, I don't love you, but we're together for a while, so we'll just not divorce and watch TV and be
Well,
unhappy.
here's the thing. Like, I totally agree with you that drugs change your perspective and you can have a different sort of experience of reality while you're on them. But I think most people are unhappy not because they're not doing drugs. Like, I don't think drugs are going to make them happier. Drugs just make you more become yourself, I guess.
It
And
depends on what
it
you
sounds
do
like,
with them.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Big
they
time.
just don't act on their desires at all.
I don't
So-
feel like if I took bath salts, I'd be like more of myself.
What it is drugs. If what they're supposed to do is break down your walls, basically, so you're able to be more expressive.
Yeah,
So
that's how I
if you're just
feel.
going to work and all you do is coffee and then maybe a little bit of fucking wine at night, you're not doing that. You're not opening, like, you can be two people sitting on the couch and be completely separated and be in separate realities inside of your head. And the reason why you do mushrooms or whatever is because you realize you're sharing the same space, and then you it's easier to combine from two people into one person. And that's what a good relationship is, and that's what I desire, and I hope I don't die without finding it. But I have not had it yet because Melinda was too far gone and lost in her depression and childhood abuse that there was no way I could get in. I tried, and she'd get mad at me. No, I like who I am. Fuck you. I like being mad at everybody and having fights all the time. Okay, fine. Well, you're fighting with me. And it was miserable because she didn't want to surrender her past pain and actually experience something better than that because she was so stuck in it. But I don't judge her for that because that's my fucking deal too, is that I'm so used to being unhappy, I don't remember what being happy feels like. So
By the way,
what?
your parents are not they're not happy with you because you're doing drugs. They're mad because you're not wearing the bracelet.
Ah,
Okay.
where's the bracelet?
I don't know where the fucking bracelet is.
What?
All
You
right.
lost it already? I was really proud of you for saying you're gonna stick with the bracelet. I was like, yeah, wear that fucking bracelet.
Well, I think
all the time.
I think what I said was I'll wear it until 2016, which I didn't even do that. But
Well, first you said like I'm gonna wear it till this day, and then you like shortened that time period till
what
the
happened
night.
is we finished the show, and then we went to the Quill after that, and I took off my coat and I realized I was still wearing it, and I was like, oh fuck. And then that was the last time I put it on.
So you guys, I have something fun to share. So my mom and I have been getting a lot closer recently, and it's super nice because there was a lot of time where we were like not doing so hot with each other.
Good.
And I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but I bought my boyfriend a really, really expensive and nice watch for a Christmas present this year from Macy's.
Wow.
On top of your $200 hair?
Yes. And also thanks to mom. That was mom helping me with my hair emergency.
Well, that's good.
So my mom gave me this nice watch to match it. It's gold. It's got little, I don't think they're real diamonds, but it's a really nice looking watch.
Here, let's show the camera.
Yeah, let's show the camera.
All right,
Nice.
you guys
It's
see
super
that?
nice.
It's gold and it's got
small,
diamonds on the
it's
side.
like super like durable and cute, and
It
sorry,
tells
I'm
the
talking away from
time.
the mic.
It doesn't have any
Yeah.
numbers on it, but
Yeah,
it
well,
tells the
Nate-
no, it does. It's got the small Roman numerals. It's cute and it matches.
loves
and we're so
watches.
cute, and I need to get a
Don't
couple
you,
links
Nate?
taken out.
I got a little bit of an obsession. I don't know.
I don't get it. Why do you care so much about the time?
I don't know. It's
Do you
just
need to
something
be-
about them.
Do you need to be constantly reminded about what time it is?
I
It's
like knowing
now.
what time it
It's
is.
now. It's
The
not.
past is far behind
not
us.
11:20, whatever.
The future doesn't
It's
exist.
now.
Now I'm
It's
just gonna set a timer right now. So the next time I see you, buddy.
Okay.
How long
Wanna
is that gonna
talk?
be?
I'm just kidding.
God damn it.
You know,
All
there
I'm
was
trying
a
to
time
say
where I wore a
is
watch.
fuck watches. They're stupid. I used to wear one in high
Alright.
school.
God, but I
I-
like
it
this.
was
No,
so
I like
dumb,
being able
too.
to look and see what time it is.
And you know
I-
what?
I
know where I am in
Instinctively, I
time.
never wear watches, but every time I go to look at the time, I instinctively check my wrist as if there's something there, and I never wear watches until my
yeah.
mom gave me this. I have not, which is weird. Again, going back to that, like, what the fuck would make me look at my wrist thinking I have a watch on?
Yeah, but then when you do, you'll
It's
always
your
look.
past
And then when you
life.
don't have it, you're looking for it. I'm telling you, it's just a weird thing.
You're obsessed. You're
Well,
addicted.
no, we're
You're-
just
you're
made to have watches.
No,
we are
no,
people
no,
that
no. You're addicted to the time. You're
No.
addicted. You're addicted to the time. You have to
Yes.
know what time it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good to know the time. It relieves anxiety built up from not knowing what time it is.
It depends. If
I
you've-
need to learn.
if
to
you've-
do
How do
that.
if
you
got a
how do
busy-
you know
if you
when
got
I'm
a
supposed
busy
to be
day,
It's a
dating
maybe.
because of the
control
time?
thing.
What?
It's
Come
true.
on.
I
I'm
don't.
try-
I don't like the way people live, and I think time is a big part of that. I
I
really
don't
do.
like the way people live.
It's not
no,
Cody
no,
that's
no, no.
wrong. It's the world that's wrong.
Yeah. That's
You know,
what, that's
I
what
wish
it is.
that
That's
I
what it
wasn't
is.
so
That's
bound
what
to
it is.
time. I wish I was not so bound to time, but everybody else is bound to time.
If
It's hard to
we-
live without it.
If we were all completely present, it's why it's scary is because we would have to realize how fucked up the planet is, and we'd be like, "Whoa, we got to start cleaning this shit up."
Okay, well, we'll have to come with come back with this
this.
after the break. Yeah, in
Yeah.
a few minutes.
Ellen and I are so cute. We're finishing each other's sentences. Oh,
Oh my god, it's so adorable.
so adorable. We'll be back
So
with more
cute.
adorableness.
So cute, like a kitten.
Hey Nate, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay.
This is funny.
Did you want to stick around for
I'm-
another segment?
it's up to you. I mean, it's totally up to you. I can jump off if you need me to, and it's whatever.
Nobody else has tried calling in yet, so you're probably
welcome to
fine.
Stick with us.
That's
when
fine.
we come back, I want to share something.
You can
I
share
was gonna
now.
what does I say? Argue your point there with the drugs thing, but I'm not gonna. It's too much.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I feel like you, Nate. I feel like you don't really need them. I feel like you've got your life together, and this is my last chance to figure it out.
I disagree. I mean, here's the thing: is the way I look at it. Some people might benefit from it in some way, but the majority, I feel, somehow keep on chasing that. How should I put it? I don't want to say chasing that dragon because that's so fucking dumb.
It depends on what you're doing. If you're doing,
I mean, you're always chasing that happiness. You're hoping that
Yeah.
when you do drugs, you're gonna be happy. You might be happy for that split second, and then all of a sudden you get wicked fucking depressed. And then what happens? You go and do more drugs because
Yep.
you want to be happy again.
Yeah. So
And
what
then-
you're saying is completely true, and that's what's happening to me with Adderall as we speak. But too late now.
So can I tell you something, Nate?
Yeah.
Up until tonight, and I think I've had like a huge like kind of turning point in this tonight, because I was just having a conversation with my mom earlier, and I had this conversation with my boyfriend, because I know a lot of people who like to do drugs, and I don't really react well to drugs for the most part. Adderall is my favorite drug. It's really the only drug I do. So I've always thought that people like, I'd never wanted to do drugs because people are like chasing that high, chasing that happiness, and I'm like, why can't they just create that for themselves? But now I kind of realize, like, it is kind of it is helping me explore myself a little more. It's bringing out things in me that are helping me like sculpt my life in a better way. Like, I think this might actually be the year where I get my fucking shit together.
And let me be clear. I don't have a problem with it. I don't at all. You can do whatever you want.
So what it is for me, Renee, is that I feel like I have more emotional clarity.
Yeah.
And I have the confidence to, to figure that stuff out. And then also the motivation to actually go out and do what I want. Because otherwise, I don't actually have things that I want. And then on Adderall, it's like, oh, okay, I have things that I want in life. I think I want to do. So I'm not kind of stuck. I'm like, I'm actually like moving forward. So there's benefits to it, but the downside is I don't like feeling like I needed this to do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, at least I'm putting it to good use. So there's that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm getting this tattoo, you guys.
I know it's not the smartest thing that I'm doing. I
think you got to know the difference. I think you got to know your limit. And that's, I guess that's key right there too.
Well,
I think you gotta really kind of be cognizant of it all.
Because there's a lot of addiction in my family, I'm very aware and to that fact. So I will catch myself if I'm going too far. I've done that with alcohol, and I barely drink anymore. So with the Adderall, I won't do it more than a couple times a week. Usually only once a week, sometimes less than that. I'm probably going hard this weekend, but after that, I'm going to take a break for a while. And
that's fine.
And try,
if you do it all the time, it's not special anymore.
You know what's crazy though? Like, after that weekend, I came up with you and I did your show. I haven't drank at all since then, at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm all done after that.
Well.
And welcome back to the Anarchics. My friends, am taking a lot of time to enjoy these new bumpers. This is the one I told you was coming. It's Raver's Fantasy. Who loves it? Woo!
I do, kind of love it.
Ellen, I am so happy I get to share my awesome music with you. And I feel like I picked like music that like pumps you up more, like
yeah, usually it does. It like gets you in that exhilarated mindset.
And music
sets the tone.
Like music, goddamn, it sets the tone for the show. Like I remember when Ian changed the Free Talk Live bumper. Sorry, I wasn't. I'm like in my own world now. But I remember when Ian like reset the bumpers for Free Talk Live, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to listen to this anymore because it sounds more like newscasty and like boring talk radio. And I was like, ugh, like before I even listened to what they were saying.
Ian's listening. But
he knows.
I would have to agree. This. I think the metal set a tone, and what the tone was fucking rebellion.
And I
it's
will
not
give
like
him credit.
The fucking news. It's like it's like
and I will give him credit. He did make some adjustments. I think he compromised. Everyone's happy now.
But so the metal's good. I like that at the top of the hour it says the name of the show now. It's the guy going, "It's Free Talk Live." Like that's what you want. That's kind of what I do too. So that's a radio.
Yeah.
Now the only addition is what a lot of radio shows do to come into a segment is they'll have a longer music bed and then they'll play sound clips of like there's a fucking guy talking and then they get into talking about the comment right afterwards. I kind of like that to get right into like a political topic or something. Just like start right off with the clip and then go, yeah, see what that guy said? It was bullshit. Like, and you can just spend the whole 10 minutes like just responding to whatever happened on the way in, basically.
So I told you guys in the break that I wanted to share something with you. This is jumping back a little bit, but So this is what that
Do
girl,
tell.
I messaged her and said, hey, I just saw your Humans in New York comment. If I understand correctly, you basically live PTSD free. How on earth? What's your secret? Please help, and thank you so much in advance. She messaged me back and says, hi there, Renee. I wrote this assuming you have the disorder, but if not, and you were just curious, I hope this info helps. You can write back to me if you want to. And she was very like supportive throughout her comment. She's like, anyone who needs help, please message me. Like, I want to help people. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. Like, I feel so comfortable going to her, even though I don't even know her. But so she says, something that I learned was that memories are stored in both the body and the mind. Both your body and your mind have memories of what happened. And for you to fully heal, both of them must heal. And if you like the science like me, when I mean memories, I mean stress hormones, adrenaline, cortisol that your body stored during the event but never released. When you get triggered, such as when you have hallucinations, note what is happening in your body. When you know where your body is storing the tension, which is memories of what happened, those places where it feels numb or painful, paying attention to those areas will eventually cause them to release their tension, like what you were saying, Ellen. There's a meditation called body scanning that also allows you to do this alone in a safe place. There are videos on YouTube. You focus on your entire body and note which areas feel unusual. This can be a little intense, so take it very slowly. Hallucinations are your mind's way of consolidating the traumatic memory, which is kind of a strange way to go about it. But all your mind really wants from you is for you to sit down with it as you are able and allow the memories to play out fully.
Yep.
As you do this, the tension in your body will also release. Both will release at the same time. This can be very intense, so please take it easy and be patient with however much progress you are making. Be more aware of your body and mind. Being more aware of your body and mind will also help you with the intrusive thoughts, because the more you are aware of them, you can see them and start to tell yourself, oh, it's just another thought. It doesn't mean anything. A thought isn't who I am, which is what Ian used to tell me all the time. Bad thoughts aren't you. And I would kind of ignore it. But
it is true, though.
Be sure to take breaks and try not to heal all at once. Do something fun in the meantime that won't trigger you. Healing can sometimes make things worse, but the healing that will happen overall will make you stronger. The cool part about all of this, there's a cool part, trust me, is that there's also a chance for you. This is your chance to discover who you are, because it might make you feel like you don't know anymore, but you can rediscover that. You can learn how to trust yourself again as you are able, and you can learn to, I just read that. As you are able, go out and learn new skills, gain new abilities in art, in life, in whatever. You will lose the fear the more you learn, and you will begin to trust yourself. That's all it is, learning how to trust your instincts and yourself again.
Yep.
I really like what this
holy
woman
shit.
has
That's
said.
really
Yeah.
good.
Holy shit.
Meditating is really, really important for that.
Her name's Erica
That's
Gabbard,
awesome.
and I just want to thank you. I literally got one message from you, and you just helped explain so much. Like, holy shit,
That's
Erica.
awesome.
Thank you for being like what this earth needs, because I have never gotten an answer. I don't, like, I've gone to a therapist, and he's like, oh, you have PTSD. And I'm like, okay, what can I do about
Yeah,
it?
like,
And they're
now
just kind of
what?
like, here, want some pills, or you can talk about it. And I'm like, that's not going to help me. It's just going to make me relive it and upset me
Yeah.
even more. That's not
No,
helping.
that's the thing. She's saying you have to relive it, but in a way where you're reflecting on it as well and realizing that's
Right.
past. It's
Right.
over.
Which, and now I understand a little more, because I remember hearing like MDMA will help PTSD, and I'm like, how the
Right.
fuck? Like, drugs just make me nervous.
So what MDMA allows you to do is
do
literally
that more clearly.
So it literally shuts off the fear part of your brain, so there's no anxiety, and it sends more energy into your long-term memory part of the brain. So if you do what she's talking about, where you kind of sit down and you're just aware of your body, you can be more aware of those things without the fear. So the idea is to revisit the memories and get a different perspective on it and go like, oh, maybe it wasn't so bad, and maybe I can let that go at this point. And that's the idea. And it's funny that she brings that up, because what I was saying just earlier today about this whole self-Reiki thing, and everybody laughed at me, but it's true. So yeah, like especially on Adderall, like with the body thing, there's your energy, but your body too, like, that uneasiness I was talking about in my stomach, you have to be aware of that. And it's funny, like when you meditate, you'll realize stuff hurt that you didn't realize was hurting. if you're just like still enough and pay attention.
Yeah, I
like,
did
oh,
yoga
wow,
for the first time the other
neck's
day,
stiff.
and
Why-
I was like, "Whoa!" Like,
yeah. Well, I was just
the
gonna.
insides of my knees.
I
like,
was just
what?
gonna ask if you were doing yoga because it's really good. I
First
it
time.
it sounds really weird, but like one of my favorite things to do is Adderall, weed, and yoga.
Adderall, I wouldn't necessarily want to. It might make it easier, but at the same time, like I wouldn't want to do like a healing kind of thing on Adderall, because I've noticed that if I get upset while I'm on Adderall, or like if I get angry, it's a sensory heightening drug. So I just feel that 1,000 times more, and then it's way harder to get myself out of it. Like I had a panic attack once on Adderall, and oh my God, I would
That sounds really bad.
No. It was horrible.
I guess I just kind of have to, because it's weird. Like when I'm like sober, and especially when I'm really tired, there's kind of like a cloudiness where I can't really get a clear message. I don't know what's like really real. What I'm telling myself, what the delusions are. Am I just beating myself up? I don't get that sense of reality.
I need to write it down. I'm writing like Facebook statuses right now, like quoting myself. I think this is going to be the year where I actually get my shit together. I'm writing down like the tattoo I want. Like,
yeah,
I need to remind myself that like I'm not a constantly depressed and angry person.
So what you need to do tonight is go to sleep feeling this way, so that way you don't wake up tomorrow depressed and
something tells me I
nauseous
will.
and whatever.
So I mean the gist of it is just having a positive mental attitude.
I mean, yeah, if you want to put it that way.
Wrong? I mean,
if you want to put it that way, definitely.
No,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
true.
at
I think
this.
you have to relive those bad experiences and see them in a different way in order to overcome them. And it's going to get worse before it gets better for sure. But
Yeah.
that's what you're changing, is your general mindset and being more trusting of your ability to handle yourself and make decisions.
And while I'm at this, I'm gonna just go ahead and make an on-air apology right now. Ian, I know you're listening, and I know you tried to help me with this shit like a million times, and I was just a dick because I wasn't ready yet, and I tried to explain that to you, but when I'm like in states like that, I don't communicate very well, and I know I tweaked a million times on you, and you just tried to help me, so sorry for being a dick when you tried to put positive thoughts in my head.
I was Ian and Melinda was you, and the same thing played out.
Oh, thanks,
She
Cody.
didn't want my help.
You're a dick.
Well, this
We'll be
is
back
the Anarchics
with more
tonight.
Anarchics.
You're way better than her. Don't take that the wrong way.
Yeah, because I have hair extensions.
Especially with the hat too. She used to wear hats like that.
There we go.
Okay, Nate, you're back on.
Did he just compare her to Melinda? Is that what I just heard?
Yep.
I don't
He said
know.
that she looks like Melinda.
Can I expand on that? Can I expand on that though? Because all right. So here's the thing: is that Renee deals with her trauma much better than Melinda does. She deals with it aggressively. So whenever anybody tries to come in past her walls,
Oh shit!
she
Sorry, I
dropped
I
it.
accidentally.
I mean, I don't know how she is now, but with me,
There we go. There we go.
Whenever anybody got too close, it made her uncomfortable because it probably made her more aware of the shit that she dealt with. So she would push them away and be shitty. And I don't think Renee really does that to that fucking level whatsoever.
No, I'm not. There were a couple times I did that to Ian. Like I
Really?
would get really upset because I would be like, no, this is just how I am.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of what she said. But yeah, what you have to realize is that you're not who you were. You don't have to be under the control of the things that happened to you, basically.
You also got to think
Like,
about something else. You guys were just on different wavelengths. She was doing her thing. You guys were kind of living two different lives in the same house. I mean,
what do you mean? Oh, me and her? Yeah, no, that's totally what was happening.
I mean, she didn't really give a shit what you had to say to her anyway. And
no,
even
but
you had a problem.
It's weird because I can take half of the blame because I did the same thing. I have been pretty open about the fact that I kind of have intimacy issues, and I don't really let people in. So we were both like, we got together for that reason in the first place, is because ooh, big scary world. At least we have each other, but over time.
Oh, sorry.
But over time, we just kind of like backed away. And you're right, we were living two completely separate lives in the same room because we couldn't get past those barriers anymore, and that's just what happened. But yeah, so like, I don't blame her for that, because everybody's dealing with their shit, and so am I, and I did the same fucking thing, and that's shit that I gotta fucking work on. I can't I don't feel like I can date at this point still, because I can't be that vulnerable with somebody, and I don't really know why. It's weird, because like I feel like I don't know what, like, where in my life I became antisocial, or what happened. It's almost like something did happen to me when I was younger, but there's no recollection or memory of something shitty happened. I do remember being spanked a couple times vividly, so that could have been an aspect of why me and my dad aren't as close. I don't know. And then my mom, her version of love was ownership, in a way. It was a very narcissistic type of love, and she was kind of just a boss. And then I dated Melinda because it's what I was used to in a woman, someone fucking telling me what to do.
She did get your clothes ready for you, and make coffee, and tell you how to press the button.
I believe that she did, yeah. And and I'm glad that what happened did, even though it still hurts every day. It's given me, it's forced me to be more independent when I was really just kind of falling apart and just like tagging along. And it was bad for me. Like I felt like I was codependent, and she was narcissist, and it was just a bad situation in that way.
I don't think you were falling apart, dude. I think really what was going on is she wanted to go out with her girlfriends and do her thing and hang out, and you didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
You had a different thing. You didn't want to go out and do that stuff. You want to do other stuff that interested you, and you guys just weren't on the.
Welcome back to the motherfucking Anarchics. We're being like super positive. I feel so good right now. I feel like reflective and like kind of like bittersweet too. And I almost want to avoid this feeling because I just want to be happy and high right now. But I feel so good, and I'm making so much progress, and everything's great, you guys.
That's awesome.
Are we being positive? I think over the break we were kind of being negative.
I just had a conversation with my mom about how this doesn't happen and that this is just bullshit that people tell themselves so they can get high. But now I feel like an idiot about a conversation I had like 5 hours ago.
You should never feel bad for making up delusions and telling yourself that you're so lucky. And there's a song about this. I'm so lucky. I'm so lovely. You can fool yourself. I promise it will help.
Hey, you guys. I have a positive affirmations.
Sunshine, my only sunshine.
This is another thing I used to yell at Ian about. He'd be like, positive affirmations. And I'm like, fuck that. That sounds stupid and it's faking and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I'm going to do some right now. Who wants to do some positive affirmations?
Take control of your fucking
thoughts. All right, let's hear it. Nate, are you ready for this?
Sure.
Nate, you can do some too.
Sure.
There's a lot of times where I like look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I'm ugly because like the slightest thing is off. I am not ugly.
No. You know how many times we've tried telling you this?
Yeah, but I don't listen to other people when they try to be nice to me because I'm just so used to being treated like shit.
Look, but there's so many people that are trying to treat you nicely that you just refuse it outright. Do you see how that's like a conundrum?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I need to stop doing that. I need
to let people flatter you.
I need to learn to take the compliment. I do. And like stop feeding my negative thoughts because that's not me. Also, I'm not insane. I just have a disorder that I do actually, turns out, have some fucking control over. And I wasn't aware of this before. So again, thank you, Erica Gabbard. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right for like showing me this fucking light. Like, oh my goodness. And I can't wait to.
Yeah, it's awesome because knowing is half the battle, right?
Right. And like,
and
when I feel helpless.
Knowledge.
Right. So now I feel like I can do something about it.
Yeah.
I'm getting into a better financial situation this year. I already have so many good things coming this year. I'm going on a fucking vacation to Florida in a couple weeks.
Wait, when are you going?
I am going the week after Liberty Forum.
I'm going the week of Liberty Forum.
Yeah, you suck. I'm leaving February 25th for Florida.
Where are you going in Florida?
I don't really remember. I'm an asshole, but I'm going with my aunt. We're going to have a lot of fun. My favorite rave, which I will plug right now, Taste the Rainbow / Taste the Ravebo, which is thrown by Little Skittle, who is on Facebook. You should check her out. She's a great model. She's goddamn beautiful, and she's a beautiful fucking person. Thank you, Skittles, for being fucking cool. And we're gonna help each other get better too. But yeah, so Taste the Ravebo. Searle's gonna be there. DJ Searle, who has half the bumpers going for this. Kick ass. Woo, that's happening. Porkfest is coming. Better things are coming, you guys. Better things are coming.
Better things are always coming.
This is
I
great
have
because
an awesome
Positive
boyfriend. I have
affirmation.
great friends. Everything's gonna be fucking awesome. There's still some things that I don't like that I don't have a lot of control over, and I need to accept the fact that I can't control everything. I'm a subconscious control freak. I'm not like an outright control freak, but
Me too.
yeah. So I
You wanna
just
be in
need to.
control of the
I need to go
situation.
with the flow more, man. Because you know
Yeah.
what?
Yep.
Good things come to me.
Yeah, you know, good things come to me. Like sometimes when I'm driving here, we pass those wacky waving inflatable arm guys, and I'm like, that dance is so contagious. I want to dance along with them.
Well, what,
Sometimes.
I'm wondering what you guys feel about the law of attraction.
What was that?
I don't even know.
That I thought was a little bit bullshit too.
Um,
But if you're noticing
But
positive
there's something
things,
to it. There's something to it.
there's got to
Absolutely.
be. There's got to be.
I was.
Positive affirmations.
All right.
Makes
so
you reflect on the good in life.
so the last time I did Adderall was on Tuesday, and I did a bunch. I did like 60 milligrams at work. And I remember when I'm really, really in a good place, what's happening is I can feel that I'm like just exuding like positive energy. I can feel it in me. So what will happen is that like every interaction I have is so much more positive. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Like if I'm going to the convenience store and I'm checking out, like it's always a better experience. You know, we're making more eye contact. You just get a good vibe from people, and you want to have more conversation, and you get more out of it. And it's amazing how much you can use it to a very good power too, because you have that confidence where you can actually have persuasive ability. When normally, like with me, I don't feel like I have the like any social or emotional power over anybody. But you know, if I feel like I love myself enough that I'm in a good place, all of a sudden I realize like I can actually influence people a lot, because if you're just a really positive person in a room, everybody seems a little bit happier.
Yeah, no, I definitely
so
understand what you're saying.
It's kind of like a
what I need to work
contagious
on,
thing.
too.
So what the law of attraction basically is that what you have inside of you is what you're going to bring out of other people. So if you
Right.
go into a room and you're grumpy, you're going to find grumpy, because you're going to be sending that out. You know, everything you say is going to be a complaint. Every story is going to be a negative one. And how's the other person supposed to react? Like smiling and laughing and joyful? No,
Right.
they're gonna emotionally react on the same level you're at. So you're gonna bring out that shittiness. And people don't realize that they're doing it really.
Well, the thing is, you don't have control over other people, but you have control over how you respond. And if you
Mhm.
respond to someone positively, that can bring out a vastly different response from them as to if you had responded negatively.
Yeah.
So you do have control over yourself, and in a way, it does affect the people around you, but it's not ultimate control.
So is it positive if I tell somebody I hope they fall into a river?
Probably not, unless it's
Oh.
summertime and they're in a
Well,
swimsuit.
I mean, hope is
All right.
hope is usually a positive word, so maybe you could spin
Hope.
it that way.
And I need to work
Falling.
on loving myself more, by the way, you guys. I feel like I don't. I feel like I hate myself like 90% of the time. But you know what? Like, that's from a lot of people like dragging me down. But I don't have to care about what they say because they're not me.
Right. And if you find something that you love, no matter how ridiculous it is, just get good at that thing and do it as much as you want to. And you'll feel so much better about yourself.
And just because you want to, not for anybody else. Like
Yeah.
that's something I gotta learn. Just do stuff for me. Do stuff for me because it's like what I want to have happen.
Sometimes it's good to be selfish.
I love this type of talk. This is so interesting because I
Yeah.
remember the first time me and Renee did a show, it was like Yell Fest. And it's just so weird thinking back to that, because basically what it was is that we were, in a way, getting off on the fact that we were verbally abusing each other. Like that was, and that was totally happening, right? Like,
Yeah, totally.
you wanted me
Well,
to-
that's what we do.
Right. Which,
It's our
and it's still
thing.
fun, but it's so hilarious that you wanted me to yell at you and just like demean you and all this shitty stuff. It's like you wanted
Yeah,
me
I
to.
know.
It's like
Sometimes
it's
the
almost
fight
like you
itself
wanted
is
me.
fun.
It's almost like you wanted me to confirm the shittiness that you thought in your head. Like, yeah, you're right. You are a piece of shit.
Yeah, kind of.
Man, that's kind of making me sad. Why,
we do
why
it
do
to
you
each other.
Don't do that. My God.
We do it to each other, though.
It's self-abuse, but it's like you want the abuse
And
so
we
that you
do
can
it.
fight it.
And
depressing
mind
as
you,
shit.
we do it playfully.
True.
However,
But
If you make fun of it, then it kind of disvalidates it, maybe like makes it less true if
It's-
you say it jokingly.
It's weird.
Kinda. It's just our thing.
I mean, because I have a hard time with affection to begin with, it's easier for me to have that fun back and forth and kind of like a poking fun at people type of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like back in early in school where you get the guy who's like, pulling on the hair of the girl that he likes or whatever. Because he
It's
doesn't
a flirty thing.
he doesn't really know how to express it. So that's kind of like, like what I do, I guess.
Right. You just tell people they're kind of shitty, and then you wait for the response, and you make a joke about it, and yeah.
Right.
I
It's
used to
funny,
do that with my
like-
friends all the time.
Yeah.
Like we just make fun of each other.
Right, but at the same time, like that it's not from a bad place because like you're laughing and you're smiling and you're having a good time about it.
Yeah.
So it's all it's the intent and the tone of voice and all that bullshit.
It's something I haven't done in a
the
while.
nonverbal stuff is like 90% of communication. So you might say fuck you, but like you can say like yeah fuck you in a way that means the complete opposite of fuck you, basically.
Yeah, no, it's definitely fun when you get to argue with someone just for no reason. But I don't get to do that very often. Like people always get offended too easily. And it's
Well,
like, come on, I want an argument. Like
I get really amped up if I disagree with someone in a political argument. I get amped up about that because like it's a high stress environment, and it's like going to war in a way. Like you have to defend yourself, and you're all amped up, and it's a good feeling.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's
people love
fucked up
nothing
or
more
not.
than talking
but
about themselves and proving their own points.
I have learned that I do feel the most alive when I'm furious. I've said that before, and it's totally true.
Oh man.
When
so
my
you thrive on
when
anger.
when my inner psycho comes out, it's terrifying for everybody around me. But like I feel.
What does your inner psycho
I
sound
feel,
like?
What does it sound like?
Yes.
I
Give
don't
us a bit
I
of
don't
your
know
inner
if-
psycho.
I don't know if I could tap into it right now.
Okay, what's something that makes you really angry? What's something when you hear it or see it, you're just like, I can't believe this exists.
Well, Melinda was the one who had the ability
Oh.
to make me
The mind
be
games.
like that.
But she has no control over you.
She did.
Oh, I guess we don't have
Uh,
time to get into this tonight.
Maybe we'll do a little bit of an after
Maybe.
show.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Just a little bit. But
Ooh.
Cody, where do we find you?
OffTheAirLive.com. I'm going to be here tomorrow night. Renee's going to be here along with Rob. And then Sunday, I'm going to party longer, but you're not invited. Have fun, everybody.
Yeah, Friday, same time, same place next week, LRN. This is the Anarchics.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties.
Okay.
Now there's a movie.
All right, you're still there, Nate.
So
I
think
love
it's funny how you said that,
therapy
Cody.
talk. This is great.
No, this
'Cause-
is perfect.
when I get pissed off, I'm very, very good at being quick-witted and like
Yes,
being
and
really,
I've seen that. I've seen that in
sharp.
people. I've seen that. Like Mike Mehegan. I think you've met him.
Yeah.
When he loses his fucking shit, he will say the most poignant insults I've ever heard. Like New Year's Eve, we ended up at a buddy's apartment, and his name's John, and he had this girl over. And so I'm fucked up. I'm tweaking, so I'm very aware of the room and everything. And this bitch was being a bitch. She was a cunt, and nothing you could say would ever change her from that place. So I remember Mike was trying to talk to her, and she was rolling her eyes, being all cunty and sarcastic and demeaning and whatever. And I had actually left. I went downstairs, but apparently Mike flipped out on her, lost his shit, and said some of the, poetic level insults. That's the only way I can describe it, where it's just like so impressive, where I'm like, wow, that's cool. Like, where did that come? It's almost like an anger induced inspiration. It's almost like your anger is a catalyst to this dark energy coming through you.
What is that?
And then oh man,
Are you still there, Nate?
well, I lost my train of thought. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not blaming you. That was whoever's on the phone. Nate? Nobody?
Hello.
Huh? What is going on?
We'll just call him back.
Yeah, get back to us.
I hope I do MDMA tomorrow.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
If you're trying to
It's
add
me.
Liberty Phoenix to the call, you got to click the little plus sign.
Oh, is he calling in too?
Well,
and then do add to call. I think that's what you were trying to do, right?
yeah, it just didn't work out that way.
I can add him to my call. I have a studio I'm in. Hold
Add
on.
people to this call, Liberty Phoenix.
So I just want to say that I'm proud of everybody tonight. I think this was a very, very positive show. It was,
Yeah, let's hope so.
It was very, very good. It was good. That's what it was. It was good. Good times.
Good. I'm glad you think so. Liberty Phoenix, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry about that, by the way.
Jeez.
Oh, welcome back, buddy.
Back away from your microphone,
Yeah,
dude.
it's kind of loud. Are you still there?
How's this?
Ooh.
Oh, it's still pretty loud. Oh, LRN.FM studio messaged us. They said, "Me too. Great show." Apparently, they think it was a great show as well.
It was good.
Oh, thanks.
Very, very deep.
That's what I thrive on, man. I don't do small talk.
It's because you did that Adderall, man. You were all about doing that talking.
Yeah.
I wish we could have conversations like this every weekend, though, because these are my favorite kinds of conversations, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard when you.
Well, it was like what we were talking about before the show started. Like, it's hard to find people who give a shit about the big questions, or the difficult topics. You know, like what's bothering you.
Yeah.
I don't like when I go to work and in the break room somebody asks how you are. You gotta lie and say, "Oh, I'm good."
Fine.
And then
you know what I think? It's a
and
time
they'll
and a place for
they'll put a
everything now.
fucking smile on and they'll go, "Living the dream, living the dream." No, you're not. You're crying on the
I
inside,
hate it.
asshole.
No, every time
Wearing a
someone says
fucking
"live in the
mask.
dream," they say it like "live in the dream," like all sarcastic.
It's sarcastic, yeah. But
Yeah.
Oh, of
they're
course.
smiling. They're like, "Oh, living the dream." Like they've almost turned their pain into some kind of fucking positive thing because they're fucking nuts. But that's what I told my parents because my parents are worried about me. What?
So that's not the place to deal with that at. You're at work. You gotta,
No, I understand. I understand, but you have to do it somewhere. And so I was trying to explain this to my parents because I was on the phone with them the night where I found out that my uncle hit my grandmother. So I was very emotional that night. And I was on the phone for a while, and we ended up just talking about, you know, where I am in life and stuff. And they were all really concerned about me. And I was trying to explain, like, what I'm doing is important. I'm experiencing the darkest sides of me. So I fully embrace it instead of push it away, because the more you push it away, the harder it's going to come back. And it's going to be just this, you're kind of at war with yourself. And that's how I usually feel a lot of the time when I don't get to be open with people, is that like, it's just a constant warfare. So I'm like exhausted all the time, but I never sleep because I can't relax. So what I try to explain to them is that, you know, I'm probably not more unhappy than you guys are. I'm just being more honest about it. And I think that freaks you out. And that's why
nobody expects an honest answer when they ask you how you
Yeah.
are.
So
They're not
that-
ready for that.
that's why people get freaked out by me, because I try to live in reality as much as possible. And other people don't want to. They want to be distracted. They want to have their TV shows. When every day for me, it's I'm very serious about my spiritual practice. You know, I read books, I meditate, I smoke weed, and I just go inside my head. It's very important to me to figure out these things, and it's like a daily thing for me. But for other people, they don't care about that stuff until they get cancer and they realize, oh, I'm gonna die. Oh shit, now I got to care about it. It's like, well, no, I'm doing it now.
I try to be careful. Like, I feel like I could become more of an intellectual type per se, more apt to that sort of stuff. But I feel like sometimes if I go too deep, it just sets off like my PTSD or stuff like that. Or I just can't do it. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, you have to
I
struggle
agree.
through
I
that.
don't jive with that stuff. I can't. It's too deep sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the thing. If you struggle through it the first time or the second time or the third time, however many times, if you get through that and deal with all those emotions, then it becomes really enjoyable and you can actually, consider deeper meanings in your life.
Yeah.
But
it is hard. It is hard. The last show I did on OTEL, I talked about emotional breakthroughs and what that feels like. Because when you're about to like burst and it feels like you're on a roller coaster and you want to get off, and it's like you're jumping off a building. But the crazy thing is, with an emotional breakthrough, is that it happens in a moment. You make that jump, you feel everything, and then there's that instant sense of relief. So it's so strange that you can be depressed and be holding something in for years, but it all goes away in a moment once you have that moment of acceptance of whatever it is.
You make a choice.
Whatever it is that you lie to yourself about what happened. I mean, I think what happens to people who have been traumatized is they try and forget that it happened and try and say, oh, that it wasn't real. You have to make it real because it did happen.
Yeah.
If you were hurt, you need to accept that you were hurt because that is a part of you that you lost. And you have to get that back by accepting that somebody hurt you. It's the only way, because if you ignore that, then you're not living a whole life. You're living in a shell of a person.
Your life is a hologram.
Why the fuck would I pay for a therapist when I can sit here and listen to this?
Right,
But kids, I do have a guest here, so I'm going to be mindful of that. You guys can continue to do an after show all you like, but I gotta get out of here.
I don't know if I can. I'm not feeling so hot right now. I hope that's okay with you, Cody. If you want to keep talking to yourself,
yeah,
fine.
you can talk with me. I'm totally okay with that.
Nate, actually, let me swing over there so I can get in the read the chat room as well.
Sure. Go
And,
for it. No problem. And you can have total control
all right,
of
so
this.
I'll come out. I'll come out in a little while, but
listen,
Me
don't
and
make
Nate
yourself
gonna
sick
chat.
over that bird. I was just kidding.
Okay, well, thank you for saying that. I was really worried, and it was making me nauseous. So
I figured as much.
Thank you for relieving my guilt on that one.
All right, you have to accept it first, and it's okay. At that
No,
point.
I accept it. The bird is dead. There's no coming back from that. I
All
totally
right,
get it.
so now we can move on. It's like a breakthrough. We're good.
Yeah.
All right. You have a good
Oh,
one.
God.
Ellen, thanks for the
Thanks.
show. You definitely brightened my night. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. And I hope everything works out for you there. But I can't wait to see you again. So I'll see you at PorkFest.
All right, I'll see you.
All right, bye. All right, so I'm just gonna mute these other microphones. Oh wait, not that one.
Somebody row in the chat, fucking bird. Oh my god.
I know. Rob gets mad.
Yeah, those
there's no space, and it's just like sticking out. And
right, it's like spikes.
what in the fuck? So I have I just added a TV to my studio.
Oh, did you?
And yeah, I got it behind me. Think of like how Red Bar is. I got it behind me like that, but I
do you feel like you're kind of taking a lot of stuff from Red Bar sometimes? I don't want to be an asshole, but I feel like you doing the whole like season whatever thing is kind
I did the
of
season
Red
thing
Bar
because I was having a hard time trying to find all my old episodes. And I was like, well, if I do it in seasons, I can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing because I can't remember years. I don't know. I don't think I'm taking that, but whatever. I mean, Pod Awful was doing seasons before Red Bar was. So whatever. And the only reason why I even got the TV is because I thought it was a really good idea. I'm not going to deny that. I thought it was a really good idea to use.
I just think
Skype.
Is imitation even really a bad thing?
Obviously, obviously Nate really looks up to Mike from Red Bar, which is totally fine, and so do I. He's a huge influence for me.
I don't look up to him. No.
I feel like, in a way, man, you're kind of you're doing your own thing, and I think it's good to embrace that. Like, you do actually have co-hosts on sometimes, which is something that he doesn't do, and like you can have your own vibe, you can have your own thing. You don't have to do what he's doing. Like
I'm not doing anything he's doing actually.
Sometimes.
Like what?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes you kind of are.
Like what?
All right. The episode. All right. Okay. So the episode where you had Rob on, you did a musical interlude between topics.
Oh yeah, no, and I even said on my show that I thought was funny, and I took it from another show because I thought it was funny.
Okay. Well, all right. I guess I missed the fact that you made mention of it.
Yeah. So I said that on a show. I said, listen, I'm totally stealing this from another show because I think it's hilarious, and I don't even use it. I just did it because I thought it was stupid and funny.
Yeah.
But in general, yeah, yes, hands down. I'm not going to deny that. That is something that I even said on my show. But as far as getting the TV, I used it because I Skyped with my buddy from New York, and I was like, oh, let me try this. I got an extra TV. And I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that part's ripping anything off. I think any good show should have something like that. I mean, the green screen basically does the same thing. I mean, if we're watching a video, we can have the video playing behind us, and it kind of does the same thing. I imagine we could do that with Skype. I don't know if Rob's done that before because I think Skype's pretty new for him. But I mean, look what the fuck's going on right now. There's trippy fucking balls zooming in and out. I don't even know.
Oh
what the hell
yeah,
that is. It's a little bit distracting, actually. Like if it were up to me, like I think it's cool in a way, but I don't think it's appropriate for what this is. I would have something a little bit less distracting because I feel like it's too much going on, and it's gonna distract people from what they want to pay attention to, which is the people. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. But no, I mean, other than that, I can see where you got that from. But other than that, I have my show is completely different from his. I don't really.
Yeah, no, and I'm not trying to call you out or anything. Don't get that idea.
I just kind of did. That's all.
Shit, I'm sorry.
No, it's perfectly fine. I mean, I'm glad you said it. I don't have a problem with that because I mean, in all reality, I thought it was funny, and I was like, I wonder, and I wanted to look up like the sound bites or whatever, and come to find out, like some of the sound bites that he actually has, he downloaded off like a free site or something.
Yeah, probably. Do you remember that time though in the Bring Back group where there was kind of a witch hunt going where they would call out podcasts who were, what do they say, making a red bar or something?
Oh yeah. You there?
Yeah. No.
They were doing like a witch hunt, and somebody tried to say something about my show at one point, but then it got shot down right away.
Right, because like you're cool, and everybody knows that. So like some fucking retard on the Bring Back group, they don't really know. They just want they want to be part of that herd mentality. Like found a new fool, found a new guy to make fun of. Like
that's how it is with a lot of shows. Look at this Chris Cantwell bullshit. That's
So I don't know what Chris Cantwell's deal is or what the fuck's going on, but he's one of those guys who is kind of a megalomaniac and he's got a lot of followers. And so what he does is he finds enemies, and then everybody kind of like goes behind him on the fucking warpath, which is kind of bizarre. And
but they're not even like good. They're trying to troll.
Is he even still doing stuff? I thought I was pretty well tapped in to like the whole libertarian, community, but I don't hear anything from Cantwell ever.
I could be wrong, and if I am, that's my fucking mistake. If he listens to this and I'm just fucking shooting my mouth off, I don't know everything.
Well,
I only know
something.
I only know what I know, and then I make my judgments. And sometimes I say something shitty that is totally inappropriate.
Yeah,
so like I don't. I'm sure he has plenty about him that is likable. But the way he presents himself on the internet, I just have never been impressed by that. It's not that I hate him actively. It's just that, he's not for me, which is fine. There's enough personalities on the internet where some people aren't for me, and that's okay. There's people that I like to listen to and people that I don't jive with. And that's totally fine. And I don't need to listen to a guy who's only angry. Like I don't know. I don't feel like that's really adding anything to me.
Well, what I thought was funny is the guy that was in the chat earlier. They were saying all kinds of different things, but the way they were trying to piss off the people that are in the chat that I guess care about the politics shit. Well, there's a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, that guy and there's a couple other ones, or maybe it was the same guy. But I thought it was funny because I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this and I'm like, it's not getting me mad because I know what he's trying to do. But it was kind of just like, all right, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Like, it's sad. It's kind of sad at the same time. You're like,
yeah, I don't know, man.
It was like level 2 trolling. It wasn't even good trolling.
No, it wasn't good at all. Like, at least send some pizzas to their house.
Yeah.
At least commit fraud or something.
At least order some stuff from Domino's and then send it to their house online,
I love being in this fucking studio, man. I'm so glad I'm going to be here all weekend. And Nate, I'm glad you had a show with Rob, and it kind of changed your perspective a little bit.
I thought that was a pretty decent show.
It went really well. You guys actually really jived together pretty well. I was
he has. We have some good. We had some good talks. Yeah. It was just really easy flowing.
Well,
I think I'm gonna have to stop calling you Nate the State from now on. Like, I don't really get the status vibe from you anymore.
Well, dude, Liberty Phoenix, like Nate listens to LRN probably more than I do, to be honest with you.
But that's because he's a man that loves his craft.
Yeah, but I think you were messaging me about the show on Tuesday or something, which I haven't even heard. So I don't know. Like, yeah, you know, that Nate's fully immersed in the community, like whether he likes it or not.
Wow.
You're part of this now.
He's like one of those anarcho-statists.
I don't even.
Wait,
I don't
no,
even
I've
know
got.
what that means.
He's liberty curious.
There you go.
Nah, I'm
Liberty
just
curious. Yeah, which is fine. You know what? And I totally respect that. Is that you keep your identity.
Yeah, Rob just turned me poly. That's what it is. Me and Rob are getting married.
Oh wow! I'm happy. I'm
Congratulations.
so happy for you.
Oh,
so
my
happy.
God.
So happy. I can't wait to come to the wedding.
Yeah, we're gonna get married.
wow.
We're gonna have a bunch of dogs because we can adopt those.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I was gonna say you're gonna have like
awesome.
babies with like beards and wristwatches.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. We can make those in tubes, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
You can like have the watch be part of the beard. Like it's actually a sundial.
I can watch beards. What?
I don't know.
I got to figure out how to change the camera angles on this.
Yeah,
because
I'm
right
gonna
now it's just
make
an
sure-
empty chair.
I'm gonna make sure all my kids have G-Shocks.
Oh shit! There I am.
Oh my God.
And a lot of hats. Lots of hats.
Oh, of course, definitely. Oh, that's right. You when I came over there, I had like 10 hats with me.
Oh, did you? Oh, I remember that now. Yeah, I remember that.
I had a hat for every
guy.
day.
You had a hat for like every change of clothes.
That's what you got to do, man. You got to be prepared.
I guess.
Accessorize.
You know.
Yeah.
When you go to the flask, you gotta make sure you're looking good in your hat.
Is that the name of the bar we went to?
Yeah,
that is.
Flask.
So I discovered Flask Bar that night, and then I found out because I was telling a buddy about that place the next day, and he's like, that's like a lesbian hangout, right? And I was like, oh, really? Because I was seeing a lot of that going on, but I wasn't like putting two and two together, really.
I got into like a weird zone when I got in there, though. The music was playing, and I was just zoned out.
Well, you were super high, and people are known for rolling hard at that place on weekends. So they were probably like sweaty and fucking just amped up on MDMA, rubbing up on each other, and you're just like, this is a little bit much for me right now here. I don't know.
Dude, they were playing with like Nintendo Power Gloves that had lights on them. That was crazy.
Those things are so awesome.
I thought I was gonna get shanked.
That's typical dance stuff, though, right, man? You gotta have glow sticks and I don't know, shit that pleases the senses.
Dude,
that was at like the kids' party at Porkfest. I mean, the kids had that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to roll again soon.
But I want to get back to that because I wanted to get back to that whole season thing. Do you not like the fact that I decided to do seasons instead?
I just I don't know because you stopped doing episode numbers, so in a way it kind of makes sense. It just seemed to me like it was like, oh, Red Bar is doing it and now I'm going to do it. That's what it seemed to me. But if it works for you, then it works for you, and you don't have to think of it as stealing. If it works for you, you know what I mean? Like,
I actually, believe it or not, I originally did episode numbers. My very, very beginning of my shows in the first few years, I was doing episodes. I think I stopped at episode 80 and then moved over to dates, right? And then I was doing the dates, but then I was like, well, I was talking to what's his face, Don. He does a show called the Free Minstrel Show, and he does seasons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he was explaining to me, he's like, I do seasons, but then I take like the summer off, and then I come back for the next season. And when he was talking to me about that, I was like, oh, that's kind of a good idea. I kind of like that.
Yeah. And you actually did take a break for a little while, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I kind of
right, so it kind of makes sense.
I've been kind of off and on, and
I have been too. I felt really bad. I took last weekend off, and I shouldn't have. I didn't really need to, but I did.
You know what though?
Um,
Sometimes it's just when you're not in the mood to do it, you're not in the mood to do it. I mean, it's like same thing with me. It's like sometimes I'm just like, I don't even want to fucking talk to anybody. I want to sit down and play on an Xbox and do nothing.
I can go very far in both directions. I just have days where I just don't feel like talking to anybody. So I've always said the thing where I'm not going to force myself to perform and then do a bad job and not feel it. Like the type of show that I do isn't the type of show where I can just print off a bunch of stories and and just wing it that way and kind of phone it in.
I'm so bad at it. Too. I'm so bad at reading news.
What I'm doing is like a solo monologue comedy / tragedy, which has to have my full attention, and so you can't phone it in. People are going to know. You know, for me talking to myself for upwards of 2 hours, unless somebody calls in, they're going to know if I'm not really giving a shit. You know, they're going to pick up on that really quickly because it's not just me. Here's what happened. Here's why I'm mad about it. That's not what it is. I'm telling stories. I'm talking about my life. Like I'm getting into stuff, and you got to put the passion and the emotion into it. And if you don't have that, then it's not a fucking radio show. The good talk show hosts are the ones that you connect with because they're not just saying words. They mean it. Like they're coming from somewhere. You know, you believe it deeply enough to really fucking mean what you're saying instead of just saying like, the government is force and stealing is wrong and cops are bad. Like you can say that and it's boring. I might as well be reading a book, you know?
Here's where I'm at right now too. Doing my show is, the content that I do, I think I'm pretty good at what I'm able to do. But I want something more and new, and I just don't know what it is. I can't explain it.
Hold on, the Peanut Gallery has a question. Am I the only one that chuckled inside at that?
At what part?
Doo-doo.
Yep.
Yeah, I realized what I said though. I knew what I said when I said it. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm at the point right now where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck else I want to do. I want to do something more and make the show even more entertaining and
you know what you need? You know what you need? You need a mission statement.
You know what I need? I need to not listen to other podcasts. I'm going to be honest with you.
Maybe not. You know, you can draw inspiration from podcasts without necessarily ripping them off. I mean,
I'm not saying I'm going to rip them off.
I know, but like, look at music. You know, you wouldn't have like fucking Led Zeppelin wouldn't be able to make the music they made if they weren't listening to stuff that influenced them. They've got to have something to build from, you know, and that's how you kind of create yourself in any kind of creative process, like stand-up comedy. You know, you can look to fucking Bill Hicks and George Carlin and Louis C.K. and say, you can learn from them.
Oh, I agree.
You can get some kind of mentorship from them. But what you do, and when you first start, you are going to sound just like them, and that's always going to happen. Like you can't escape that. But eventually, you will find your own voice, and then when you do that, that's when you're completely free. And I feel like I've gotten to that point now after doing radio for like 8-9 years, where I feel like I'm not doing somebody else's act. I'm doing my act, which is a really good place to be. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I have my own voice. Like I have my own thing I'm doing. It's just I want more out of it. I just don't know what I want. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
what I mean by
I think what you need is to actually. I mean, I don't know how much forethought you put into things, but maybe it'll be helpful to have like a direction going into it. You know what I mean?
Well, I do have direction. I always have direction. I always have show notes. Little do I let anybody know that. I mean, I have jotted down notes of different topics and different things I want to talk about.
Which is a good way to do it, by the way, is to have show notes, but not make it known to the listener that you have show notes.
Of course.
Which is kind of what I do. Like I write a bunch of shit down. I used to do this a lot, is what I would do is before a show, I would actually write. And what I would do is I would write in stream of consciousness about whatever the topic was I wanted to talk about, so I could follow my train of thought before actually doing it verbally, and that would make me more able to create funny sentences and have funny things to say, and write it down and say, okay, these are the words I want to say. This is going to come off funny, and then going into it, it's kind of like a safety buffer. Like there's a lot of off the cuff banter and stuff going on, but you've got that backing where you're like, when you want to hit that punchline, you've got it in the can, you've got it saved up, and then when it comes out, it's just like bam, you know. But the listeners don't fucking know that you thought about it. They have no fucking idea, and they have no right to fucking know what your process is.
And
as far as they know, it's
progressing
totally
in your show. Like, do you like is that what it is? Like, because I'm getting like the sense that you feel stagnant or something. Is there like a progression that you're not feeling?
You know what it is? It's like,
oh yeah.
How do I?
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess that's the case, man. I mean, it's not that it's bad, but it just seems like it's the same. And
so what kind of progression do you think that you want from your show? Like, are you thinking
I don't know.
like more spiritual, more philosophical? More...
No. I just want.
You know what though, Nate? I feel like none of those two things, but maybe motivational.
Maybe. I mean, it's it's just one of those things where I'll give it. I like to have the show go wherever it's going to go to begin with. I just like that.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is, also getting people on the same. I used to be very on my own, motivating to do this show and kind of keep on pushing it, and I didn't give a shit what anybody said. But now that co-hosts have kind of dwindled on me, and I have like maybe one that shows up every once in a while now. It's harder. It's harder to keep that motivation. So I'm like, well, what can I do to keep my
You've been doing some solo shows now, correct?
Oh yeah, and I don't.
Which I think maybe at some point, get back to the co-host thing. But I think it's actually very important to have at least a period of time where you're all by yourself, and that's kind of where you find your voice the most, because it's all you, and you kind of discover yourself in that way when it's all you. And I feel like you're doing that. Like, you're definitely doing that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, other than that though, the reason why I said not to listen to other podcasts is because I think that when I try to come up with ideas and then you already know other people's ideas, it's not that you want to copy them, it's like you don't want to copy them. So you try everything you can to not even touch that area.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like that even hinders you a little bit, because
I can see that. The tough thing is, like, especially on a topic, like if something happens and you want to have a take on it, you want to have your own fresh take and not be influenced by somebody else's angle on something. Is that kind of what you're getting at a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. So let's say I saw something that I liked from another show, and I was like, man, I'm afraid to like touch it because I don't want to be copying, but there's a potential where I could actually make it better. See, that's the thing about me, is I have ideas to make things better. So it's like, but the thing is like, to me, it's like, even though I could probably improve on it, make it better, and even make it funny or whatever, or just more interesting, it might seem like, oh, well, he might be copying this person now. Do you get what I'm saying? And it might not be Red Bar. It might not be NLO or Legion of Skanks, or I listen to a million podcasts. But it's like, but that, because I listen to all those, it almost like I feel like I'm being hindered because somebody's going to accuse me of saying I'm copying them. But then you got to think about the little skits that even Family Guy did on about the Simpsons, where they kept saying Simpsons did it. You know?
I'm the stuff I was telling you. It's as a friend. Like, I'm not trying to call you out.
Oh no. Did it kind of how should I put this? Did it what did I want to say? Did it spark something in me a little bit? I'm not gonna lie.
No, I just feel bad.
Don't feel bad.
Talking
I'm not
that way.
mad at
like,
you.
I just wanted to make that especially clear.
Did it spark something in me? Well, yeah, because I'm like, well, you're the only one who told me that. I mean, I was
right, and I almost feel like, maybe if I bring it up,
but you might be right. It'll
be better that I say it than somebody that doesn't like you saying it. You know what I mean?
But that's not what I wanted. I'm not that's not what I mean. I don't want anybody thinking that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you didn't notice, and so I'm just bringing it to your attention before somebody calls you out and it's like, see, he's trying to do this, and then try and shit on you. I like, for me, it's just like constructive criticism. You know what I mean? Which
I have no problem with that.
if you've got any problems with Otel, I'm happy to hear it, because I know the show has its ups and downs, and it probably needs some work. Absolutely.
Some shows aren't going to be for me, though. I can't say that. Here's my thing, though, to that is some shows I'm not going to like, but it doesn't mean other people didn't like them, because every show is not for the same person all the time. I feel. So, I mean, like, for example, I've done shows where I've had authors on my show, and they were talking about their book, and they start getting into their area or their interest area, and we get into that, and we start talking about all that. Now, there's other people going to find that fucking boring as shit, where other people are like, oh, this is great. I like this.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes around like that. It's the same thing with I did a whole show with that guy who's a personal trainer. He also does all kinds of fighting. He's an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And we talked about health for like 2 hours. It was great.
Which is good. And I think good radio is when people are really into a conversation, and it doesn't really matter what it's about, really. I mean, I can listen to two people who passionately talk about something I don't really care that much about. I draw my line. I won't do it with sports. I won't do it with certain things. But it's just the idea that, like, because that's what I like about you with your show, is that people will call in and you will just talk to them, and you'll end up talking about something and get really deep into it.
Yeah,
that's what good radio is, just having a deep, meaningful, passionate conversation about something you give a shit about. That's what's good. So yeah, if you have a personal trainer on, it might not be for everybody, but if it's a good conversation, then people are going to get something out of that. And I listen to podcasts more so now to learn than I do just to laugh.
I don't like to listen to them to learn, because they all think they know what they're talking about sometimes, and it kind of irks me. I like Joe Rogan.
Do you get the vibe that I do that a little bit?
No.
I feel like my problem is that I'm not consistent.
You have your own ideas, dude. I don't.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, sometimes some of the shit you say, I have attention problem.
What's weird though is sometimes I feel like I'm talking and I'm kind of the only person who's like really hearing it, and I don't really understand why. Am I talking too fast? Is the way I'm presenting the words in a way that people don't understand, or what it is? But I don't know. So like sometimes I work, especially like in a group of people, like, because the way I communicate, it's very long form, and it doesn't really work in a party environment.
Yeah,
kind of like what I'm doing right now. I have such a bad problem of dominating the conversation with what I want to say, and I just keep going and going and going. And maybe it's my fault because I forget everybody else is there. And I'm not I'm not really paying attention to them, and I'm not conveying the message to them. I'm kind of just like saying it to myself in a way.
No, I mean, when I listen to a podcast anyways, there's times where I zone out, but sometimes, like, when you start getting that into that, I'll give you an example. On this show that we just did, it took a lot of my effort to really kind of stay with it. And not because I didn't understand it, is because it's hard for me to find it that interesting. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
And there was also a part of me too that likes to joke. So
no, I get that. I think the way that I think is very different than people. And when I talk, it's almost like I'm listening, and it's kind of coming into me and through me. I really can't really describe it, but it's a stream of consciousness where I'm following it wherever it goes. And maybe it doesn't make sense to other people. It doesn't really, like, I'm not conveying it in a way that they can translate well. But at the same time, from a more positive perspective, I feel like stuff will come out of me that's very, very deep and meaningful and insightful that I didn't know was inside of me, just because it's such a weird, trippy thing that I do, where I just let myself talk, and it's almost like I'm getting out of the way of myself in a weird way. Like it's just coming through me. I'm out of the way, and it's just like coming. Does that make any sense?
I know what you're saying.
You're like a conduit for the concept that you feel like a conduit.
I do.
Ideas that just come straight through.
And when you got an idea,
I really feel like there's something like, especially when I'm getting deep into the like Liberty Shaman type stuff, I feel like it's a message that's kind of coming through me, and most people will hear that and they're like, what the fuck? Messiah complex do you think you have? But it's just what I experience, and it's weird trying to explain it to people, but I really think I think and communicate in a different way, and it makes sense to me, and I think it's important shit, but it's just the translation gets lost with other people sometimes, and that's why they kind of zone out. So, but if I'm doing a solo show, I don't know if I'm connecting with people because they're not right there to ask questions or interrupt me. So I just keep going.
I mean, having the co-hosting is always a fun thing. Even if they're not talking a lot, you can kind of turn around and they can just butt in once in a while. So you can feel like somebody is paying attention and they're agreeing with you. And if they're not agreeing, they can at least say their piece.
So that's what the problem is that for me to communicate, I have to almost not pay attention. It's almost like using attention deficit disorder to a positive extent, because I'm like it's so weird. Like I'm completely unfocused with the third dimension. It's strange. Like, like I'm not really seeing. I'm just completely in my mind, and it just comes through. So and I think that the way most people communicate is more present and different in a way.
Do you think that's mainly because you've done mainly solo shows more recently as opposed to having a co-host?
You know what? I think I just think my mind has always been different from people, and that's why I've been kind of a loner, but not necessarily in a bad way. I think when I was born, this is a path I was chosen, or this is my mission, is not to conform to society, but to find answers on my own and then bring them to other people when I feel like I figured it out. It's the path of the shaman, and that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm kind of outside of society a little bit, and gathering this information and trying to understand things, and then coming back into the real world and trying to explain what I've experienced and what my mind has told me, and this is what happens when I'm on psychedelics. My thought process becomes less controlled. It's less of a forceful thing and more of a reception. It's more of me listening to the message. And when you do psychedelics, you realize that if you get out of your way and you listen, things will come to you and they will be very meaningful. So that's kind of, I feel like that's something I've kind of always done, but it's something as I get older, I understand more, and I'm more at peace with it, because a lot of my depression comes from the fact that just like, I don't feel like I'm like other people. So I feel like there's a loneliness, like even when you're around people, because you feel like you're in a different headspace and you're kind of just completely in your own place. But I'm sort of starting to embrace that now as a positive, because if I'm experiencing a different reality, I have something new to bring to the table to other people that they weren't necessarily experiencing. So it kind of brings like a mental diversity to the playing field, which I think is kind of cool in a way.
I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, and then see, here I go again, just fucking ranting. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know what to tell you.
Right. So what it feels like right now is I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying words, and so I think it comes off as like disrespectful to people.
No, I just think sometimes I'm trying to say this in a nice way. How should I put this? I think you do have friends, and I don't think you're antisocial, and I think that you believe that you're a loner, but I don't think you are. I think that you do have a lot of people around you that are friends with you, but you just
may not be on the same level.
Right. So that's what it is it's an internal feeling of so you can have as many people around you as you want, but it all depends on what you feel. So if I don't feel connected to anybody, then you're going to feel lonely no matter how many people are around you.
I agree. So, I understand that.
And there are very few people who get me. I'm a difficult person to understand, and I'm becoming more and more okay with that. So yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with it, I guess. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, and
Like
I'm just on Adderall. So and
I
when
can
I'm
tell.
when I'm in this state of mind, I become very self-reflective about my personality.
Well, you're calling yourself a shaman.
I feel like I'm on the path.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I've figured everything out. A shaman is a madman who has healed himself. So I'm still in the madman phase. But like I said on the show earlier, like I'm immersing myself in a lot of darkness because that's part of what shamanism is all about. Is there you have to have the duality. You have to experience full reality. And the fact of the matter is that there is evil in this universe.
I feel like that could have been a song, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have the duality with the reality.
Yeah, so I mean that's a big thing in like Taoism, yin and yang. You know, good, bad. It's everywhere. Male, female, everything's duality, and you know, like left and right brain, logic, emotion. There's all these dualities. So what I try to do is I try to embrace all of it. And it makes me weird because I'm not fitting into that cultural paradigm, especially as a man who can be logical and creative and emotional at the same time. Yeah, people don't get it. You know what I mean? Like being emotional doesn't have to make you girly. It just means that you're being more open to the other side of your brain and trying to get the full picture. And I think, especially as a drummer, that's really important because you have to use your whole brain. And drumming is actually a very meditative practice for me because you need to have logic and emotion. And also, you cannot be thinking. You cannot be thinking whatsoever about what you're going to do. What you do is you let go and let yourself, the drums almost play yourself if you're doing it correctly. It's almost a surrender to some other higher power of music that's moving through you. And this goes back to the whole conduit thing. Where the inspiration is moving through you when you get out of the way of yourself. So I don't really have a huge big ego, and I'm living in a world filled with egos. So it's easy for me to be emotionally manipulated because that's a world I live in. But given a different type of society, this would be the way people are, where it's less ego and more of receptiveness. You know, it's not this big sense of me. It's more of a just being a receiver to the universe. And that's what my music and my spiritual practice is, and that's what I try and convey on the show.
I have a question for you. Totally off subject.
It's like a full circle thing. That is my life, pretty much.
I have a question for you, completely off that topic.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me straight out. I just want to get an idea. How is everything going with that whole other situation that you've been dealing with the
which one?
With the money, not with Lee.
Just what, like having money?
No. I don't want to say it out. But the whole Melinda thing.
Oh, the car shit. She's not gonna hear this. I haven't checked my mail in a week, and I'm always afraid to. But I haven't had anything, and it's a weird situation because there's a lot of times where I'm feeling very I guess just emotional, and I want to heal past wounds, and I do feel like me and Melinda do need to talk at some point and make.
Do you really?
I feel like we need to make peace. It doesn't mean
it's never gonna happen.
I know, and
they don't have to be friends.
That's what I'm saying. Is I don't need her to be in my life again. I don't need us to be friends. I need us to be able to end on good terms. And
yeah, but you do realize the way it's going, it's not going to. And the type of person that she is,
I know
it's not gonna. You guys aren't gonna have a conversation.
I don't know, man. I just feel like when it comes to the point where something about her comes up in my head every day. Obviously, it's something that's on my mind that needs to be taken care of. So
does it though? Does it? Or can you just
in some way
move
or
on
another?
From it?
In some way or another, until I find somebody else. That it's fucked up because right now I don't have a clear picture of what it means to have a healthy, loving relationship. So whenever I get really tweaky, I get weird because I realize now at the end of my relationship with Melinda, it became something really, really dark sexually, especially for me. because I didn't feel like there was any love. So I was looking for something, and what it ended up being was this domination fetish, you know, and I feel like that is some kind of weird thing that I need to get outside of my system. It needs to not be there because I recognize that it's unhealthy, but it comes up every once in a while. So I need to get that out of my system before I can find somebody that is actually like a well-rounded person who, like, we respect each other and it's something actually positive. Because right now, I guess, and I'm not in touch with my fucking heart that often, but it seems like when I want something, that's what I want. And I don't want to want that. Does that make sense? I don't want to have a girl in control of me, but those urges do happen sometimes. And it's deeply rooted with my mom being the controlling type of person in my life. So that's kind of like how my perspective of how I see women was kind of shaped by that, and it would make sense that I would find her appealing because it's what I know. So for me, what I feel like I need to do is go out of the comfort zone of what I know into something that I know would be better for me. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm just so tired of caring about it. I am like, it just seems like every week it has to come to that, and I feel shitty because I feel like just this conversation, like I'm making it about my problem, you know, and nothing anybody's gonna say is gonna make me fucking just like let it go. So why do I keep fucking talking about it? You know, it's not getting me anywhere. But it continues to
I don't
come
know.
up.
I mean, I get it. I mean, this shit that's like, you know, even in my past with exes and stuff like that, if I ever ran into him again, I get that weird, like, oh my God, get the fuck away from me feeling, like anxiety type of feeling. Really only like one of them that really bothers me. But, you know, I just think it's something where you just got to kind of let it go.
I'm starting to, I feel like I'm making a lot of progress though. Like, there's this girl I've been talking to at work who's cute enough, not like smoking hot, but she's got a really positive personality.
Hope she's not listening.
I wouldn't imagine she is. Like, not, how do I explain? Like, not super model hot, but like cute in like an attractive, like girl next door type of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, it's just like talking to her, I realize how vastly different it is because she's interested in me. And it's like, whoa, oh, you actually want to know what I have to say. You actually want to hear me say things to you. Like you actually want to be in my presence. And it's so foreign to me, you know? But wow, but when you accept that that's actually happening, you're like, whoa, this actually feels really good to have somebody to talk to that is not like that. And it takes away a lot of the fear, because I could tell with Melinda, one of the big problems was I couldn't make any advances on her because I was so terrified of her rejecting me. Like, even though we were in a relationship, you know, and that's why our sex life got so bad towards the end, is because I didn't have, she robbed me of the confidence of actually coming onto her. So I stopped doing it because I was like, yeah, I know you're just going to be like, oh, stop. No, I'm not in the mood or whatever. But like, you can tell, like, especially talking with this girl, I just feel, I have this feeling where I'm like, if I made a move, she would be totally into it, because I can tell this is a person who is clearly interested in me. And it's so different, so vastly different from anything I'm used to.
No, yeah. I mean,
nice.
that's good.
It's awesome.
That's really good.
So yeah, I mean, it's a long process, but I'm working on it. And to the people in the chat room, I don't know who's still listening, but I guess people said, what, I was on suicide watch or something the other day.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first of all, they had no idea what the fuck was going on that night. What's going on? Oh. Well, hold on. Are you going right now? Can you?
We're gonna watch Reddit too.
Oh, can you wait like 5 seconds so I can wrap this up?
Yeah, man. I'll just Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how to shut any of this down, but all right, cool. It was awesome talking to you guys.
Yeah, man. I will talk to you later.
I'm gonna be here tomorrow
was a
too,
good time.
so yeah, we can continue this and all. Bye-bye.
Phoenix, stay on the Skype thing.
Oh,
cool.
If I drop you guys, does that?
I'll just call him back. That's fine.
Okay, I don't know how to do.
Laters, brother.
All right, good to talk to you, man.
Likewise.
Later, dude.
See you, Nate. How do I even drop this motherfucker? There we go.